Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to a day in which Spyro 4 exists. I mean, it's not called that, but we're very excited all the same. Goodness me.
I understand you're quite expert in the collection of Canuts.
Hello Master Jedi and Pro Spyro gamer Tiny Peter Austin.
Spyro.
How are you? How was your weekend? Lovely to see you streaming today. Hope you're having an awesome day.
Today, I do love, I might have even said this last stream, last week, I do love the pronunciation of today. Stephen, thank you for the bits.
Thank you, my darling.
Oh. No message. I saw the words "thank you, my darling" there and thought that was the message.
I understand you're
no.
quite expert in the collection of Canuts.
How about those little purple dragons? Crazy stuff.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much to Stephen for the bits there. I am having an awesome day, and I had a very awesome weekend. I had a great day yesterday for a whole host of reasons, actually. Went out to a really nice garden during the day. If you don't know, hey, here's something you probably weren't expecting me to be the first thing I say on the first stream after Spyro has been announced, but I will just throw this in there. There's a thing in the UK called the NGS, the National Gardens Scheme, and you turn up and you pay like £5 and you go into some of the nicest gardens in the country, and they're just like serving really cheap tea and cake, and you're just surrounded by quite often quite nice old people. And if the weather's as nice as it has been, go and wander around a garden that, I mean, I've not seen your garden, but it was probably much nicer than yours. Hey, your garden is beautiful, but theirs are too. So anyway, I did that on Sunday. Then in the evening, went out with Amy for dinner. I had a delicious steak with a massive pile of chips. And then we saw He-Man, which I can maybe get onto thoughts about He-Man later in the stream. I don't know, possibly. Or Masters of the Universe, it's called, not He-Man. And then, when it came out, and got home, I left my phone on airplane mode on the journey home, because I was like, if Spyro has been announced, people will have messaged me, they'll have atted me, I don't want to know. So I went home cut off from the universe, and then I even got Amy to pull up the VOD, the live stream VOD for me, because I was like, what if they've now like added stuff to the thumbnail? Thank you, Amy, for the tea, that's very kind. What if they've added stuff to the thumbnail and it's got Spyro's face in it or something? I kind of want the experience of sitting down, watching the showcase, and for a little purple scaly boy to arrive. So she very carefully pulled it up for me. We pressed play. I watched it in the dark for the full cinematic experience. And Spyro, A Realm Beyond, has been announced, shown off, tiny bit of alpha gameplay, CG trailer otherwise. And there's lots to talk about. It's very exciting. But firstly, I should thank Raindrop Joy for the Prime sub for 2 months. Happy Monday, TP. It certainly is a happy Monday. Very much so. Don Echo 7 has subbed for 5 months on a 5-month streak. Thank you very much, Donna. 100 bits from the Aldubrillers, who quite rightly have asked me about the Little Purple Dragons. Crazy stuff. Yes. So TP coded. It was actually a very Tiny Peter sort of day, you know. Went out, tea and cake in what might as well be a National Trust garden, but it wasn't. It's just owned by 2 people who let people into their gardens. It's all for charity as well, by the way. Then some like 1980s inspired, you know, pulpy Saturday morning trying to sell action figures kind of movie with steak, not at the same time. And I was at an Everyman cinema, so I had a nice drink with it as well and sat on a sofa to watch the film. And then actual Spyro gets revealed. I didn't really think about it like that, but that, in a way, possibly the most Tiny Peter day of them all. Joke about no longer needing to chase the dragon. Nice one, Lampstand. First time chat. Excellent first time chat. Hey guys, I no longer need to chase that dragon. Am I right? Yes. Just to give my thoughts now, while I think it looks amazing graphically and looks great to play, I am worried with the scope of the world they showed. It's an open world and not level-based. That is my biggest worry. Well, we can come to that, Hoodlum Amnesium. I would say we don't know how open the world is, to be honest. We don't know if the entire world is open. It might still have kind of compartmentalized levels as well as large open worlds, or it might have large levels and large hub worlds. There's nothing in the official information yet to say that it's just an open world. It's not like, we don't know that it's a Breath of the Wild, for example, or something like that. Might be, but it might not be. Yes. Wait, what was I going to say? Yeah, and look at the hype train as well. Thank you very much, everyone who contributed. I wonder if maybe I'd just like pull up the trailer and kind of give my thoughts. Should we do that before we play? We're playing some Crash Bandicoot 4 today, and I'm very excited for that, and we are going to have a great time. I am really excited, actually. I do that game. Thinking about like getting down and hands-on with that game again, having played the PS1 games, which are all, you know, good in their own way. Particularly Crash Warped is a big favourite of mine. Crash 4, if nothing else, and there's plenty else that's good about it, but if nothing else, it is really tight. It's slick. It's responsive. You tell Crash what to do, and he does it. It is my memory of it anyway. I'm sure within the next half hour, a bad workman will be blaming his tools, but that's no way to talk about Crash and Coco, is it? So I think we'll risk copyright strikes. I don't think we'll get copyright strikes, and I might just pull up the trailer and just like pause in a couple of spots and just say, hey, here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to shuffle some stuff. If I let me see, if I do this and this, and then I think if I go over here, that's the game. Exciting. There. So, sat down and it said world premiere. I was like, oh, okay. Then it said Activision presents, and here's what we got. If there's a jump in the VOD now, VOD squad, it's because I'm not allowed to play this on YouTube, but we'll see. See how we get on. So I'm wondering if these guys are going to be new fodder, maybe. Might have to kill those to get butterflies. Speaking of which, as we'll see in the tiny gameplay segment, no sparks in this trailer. Anyway, these houses look nice. I like that seemingly we've got at least a little bit of nice whimsical design. We've got some like stone stuff going on over there. Birds flying in the sky. Right, and now baddie. People are already speculating that this is someone who I don't know. Like that it's the sorcerer from Spyro Web of Shadows Spider-Man, or what's it called? Shadow Legacy, or that it's Cinder. I mean, it's got a man's voice, but I suppose this is a magic world where they could be hiding their voice. Hang on. I knew, by the way, as soon as this purple text came up, I was like, this is definitely Spyro. Thing is, some people are like, so they've got these like spiky things here. It's almost like a neck frill, like a triceratops. But if you watch this spike here, I tweeted about this earlier, and then I took it off because I was like, I don't know. But you can see from like the parallax of the camera that little white spike, that's like sticking out in front of their face. You can tell by the way the camera moves and the angle of it and the way it shifts. Is this Billy Ray Walrus? Is this a walrus? It's like a tusk. So I don't know. They've said it's a brand new antagonist. Well, they've said a new threat and a new antagonist, but do they mean completely new, or have they been inspired by Malafor is something other people are talking about. He's some evil dragon from one of the games that I didn't play. So this could be someone brand new entirely. It might be someone who is actually new, but they're really just based on an existing character, or it might be somewhere like a little bit in between. I guess, like, if I had to just guess something now, and it would almost be more of a wishful thinking rather than a real guess, I would say, look, this guy, he's quite reptilian. He's got maybe even got tusks. You know, this does remind me a bit of like a Triceratops or something. And this gem here on his hand is a bit like the one that Ripto has on his chest. Now, I don't think this is Ripto, because I don't think they would say a new threat or a new antagonist if it was Ripto, unless they're just trying to keep us, like, pull the wool over our eyes. I think it's a new threat, but maybe this is someone who's Ripto's species or from Ripto's world, because Ripto is apparently, he's a Riptok, which I don't think he was described as in Spyro 2. He was, but then like later on they started talking about the Riptoks. But he's meant to be sort of dinosaurian. That's the idea with Ripto's species and Ripto's character design. And this, from what little we see, could be someone who's a bit of a dinosaur. So, I don't know. I would maybe guess that we never saw the world where Ripto came from. He emerged through that portal in Spyro 2. Hunter put in 22475, his birthday, in the super portal, and Ripto came out. Ripto comes from somewhere where there are no dragons. Maybe this is like a dinosaur, like Ripto kind of guy. I don't know. There's like horns going on here. This is all a bit dragony, isn't it? But anyway, continue. Can't see any of the chat because of the way I've got my windows set up at the moment. And then here he is, your boy. Now, what do I think of this? He's been redesigned. He's got a slightly longer crest. They've altered his proportions a little bit so that he looks a bit older, is what they've said. His wings are bigger because of a major mechanic that is kind of the focus of all their well, everything that Toys for Bob are talking about at the moment. They're really basing on the mechanic that we get to see here. But here he is. I think he looks pretty good. I think the only reservations I have about this design, I'm not even super concerned about, because this is the CG portion of the trailer. So his proportions, I'm perfectly happy with. And those are the things that are likely to be carried over into his gameplay model. The one thing is, I think he's like a little bit shiny. He's got a bit of a Mr. Sheen. It's like he's been polished. He's got a lot of highlights, you know, and I think he's maybe just a little bit too high lit. I think he's a bit too lit. But I like his big wings. I like his hair, whatever this is, his frill. Look at his tail; it's gone all that's chunkier. At first, when I saw him running along here, I got really excited because, in fact, I've seen another major Spyro pundit on YouTube say exactly the same thing. I'm not copying their opinion here. I also thought the same, which is I thought this might be somewhere in Peacekeepers. I thought this was Clifftown or Dry Canyon or something. But the more I look at it, it probably is. It could be Peacekeepers. That would be cool. But anyway, the rest of the trailer clearly takes place elsewhere, and we've seen from some of the write-up they've done about the game. Let me pull up the chat properly so I can see. Major mechanic. Right, I've got chat up now as well. I couldn't see any of it before. Ripto's sister, Riptar. Feathermore could work. Yeah, maybe. Don't they specifically say a new Evil Rises? No, for sure. Hey Peter, just want to thank you for your Summer Game Fest coverage on Friday. The 5th was meant to be my mum's birthday, but sadly lost her 2 years ago. It was a very emotional day, but you and Ben really helped me get through it. You truly are the best, Peter. Well, that's very kind. Thank you so much. And I'm really sorry to hear about your loss 2 years ago. And yeah, birthdays are tough, aren't they? When anniversary, like special days come around. So glad we were able to help you out a little bit through a tough time. So yeah, let me read some more chat. All the best, Genesis. I was buzzing when I saw the trailer, but knowing how much it means to TP, I'm so happy for you. Is this the 120% run? On Crash 4? Absolutely not. Definitely not. Hang on. I'm thinking it's just the dude from Skylanders. Well, I thought it was that too. I have to admit, when I first saw this trailer, my very first watch through, I was a little bit disappointed for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I thought this was the baddie from Skylanders because I saw someone speculating on Twitter earlier. Chaos, is he called? I know nothing about Spyro outside of his PS1 run. but Chaos. But Chaos doesn't have horns and frills, and he doesn't have a staff like this, and he may even have 5 digits, and I just don't... Based on the way that Toys for Bob are talking about this game, I don't think it's going to be... It might have a few nods to Skylanders, but I don't think that's what they're doing here. I don't think this is anyone we've seen before, either in the mainline PS1/Reignited or elsewhere. It might be inspired by any number of those people, but I don't know. I don't even know what a Spyro is, but I'm just happy to see the nice internet man is happy. Well, that's nice. 1000% Billy Ray Walrus. Look at those tusks. Well, it's one tusk. He could be a walrus. It seems like it's sticking out.
To say, love your
forwards,
new video.
Though.
A really great watch.
Thank you, LD Brothers. I might talk about that later on as well, because I made a big mistake with it. It's kind of sticking out a bit like that, though. You know, it's not that. It's like that. So who knows? Pretty sure he was just a warlock in the Spyro 2 manual. Could be right, furthermore. They might not even mention dinosaur in that at all. But certainly later on, he's referred to as basically being a dinosaur man. I'll ask me again about He-Man in a bit, Plishy Loves Jennykin. I'd love to tell you about it. Without spoilers for those who do want to see it. But I'll give some thoughts. Thicker winged bases. Yeah, let's get back to... We won't spend too much longer on this, but hopefully those of you who are watching live, who generally like watching my streams, don't mind a bit of a Spyro breakdown. And especially if you're here for a Crash Bandicoot stream, you probably may be a Spyro fan or a PS1 mascot fan. So hopefully you don't mind me doing a little frame-by-frame analysis here. It's not going to be frame-by-frame. But look at him. He's charging. He's got momentum. And then he just takes off. Now, when I saw him doing this... I didn't put anything into it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is just for the trailer. They're showing him flying. We've seen him fly in flying levels. I wasn't like, holy shit, they fly now. But as it turns out, he does actually fly now. So I think this moment where he takes off was meant to be like, he flies now, and I was just like, this is a CG trailer, and of course he's allowed to fly in promotional material, but he does fly now. He soars. They're really using this word a lot. In the promotional stuff, and hey, I've just thought, completely spitballing off the top of my head, he dinosaurs. Ripto confirmed. Riptok, the warlock, the evil baddie, is a Riptok, and this is hard evidence. No, but they use this word a lot. I think maybe it might be some in-game terminology, because as we'll see with the gameplay, the way that the flight works. Soaring, this might be a specific thing. We'll come to it in a second. Major mechanic. It's a major mechanic. Thank you, LD Brothers, for the bits. Yes, I will talk about that in a moment. But thank you again. Thank you very much. Hello, Death89. Welcome. Hello, P47 Mulf. Did you wee with excitement when this was shown yesterday? I did gasp when it said Activision Presents. I went... So, where's Sparks? Yeah, Genesis. So Sparks isn't in the cutscene, and at the moment, he doesn't appear to be in the gameplay. Maybe he's been kidnapped. Or maybe they've just... It's alpha gameplay, so it doesn't matter. But it is a bit weird that he's not here. You would think they would include, like... They never leave Sparks out of promotional stuff, even when... Or, well... They did in like the Crash Team Racing stuff, but that's not like proper Spyro. And then I think Reignited didn't really have any like CG stuff made for it. It was only ever in-engine gameplay capture, so Sparks was always there, I seem to recall. Dunno. Someone might be able to find an example where that is not the case. But Sparks isn't here, and he is a bit conspicuous by his absence. I wouldn't be... mad concerned that he... Well, I don't know. I keep thinking, like, oh, it's no big deal that he's not in the CG bit, because this is just a CG bit. But they don't tend to forget him, Toys for Bob. So, I don't know. And then, as I say, when we get to the gameplay... There he is. Yeah, still just a little bit Mr. Sheen for me. Just a tiny bit. A little bit sparkly. But, overall, happy with this. He definitely looks a bit more teenager, and that's fine. You know, I'm interested to see where they take it. But then we got this going on. There's a big like gem thing chained up here. So, and this is almost in the shape of the guy's staff. His staff is like, you know, it's almost kind of like a crescent moon, or like a, you know, it's like a, or a D for dragon. And then we've got the same thing with this, which might not be significant in any way, but you know, it just looks evil, doesn't it? I suppose. So off he goes. Spyro Realm Reborn. Not mad one way or the other about the new logo. It's more squared off, it's more angular. I like the little gem inside the O. That's nice. I guess it's just got a bit more attitude. It's less soft. It's maybe just a little bit chiseled, a bit square, a bit blocky, a little bit. But who cares? I really do. If that's the worst I can say about this. And then gameplay. Right, so here we go. Water looks nice. I like all this architecture. It's all very lush. And then we've got a big world. And then we're going to take flight spring 2027. And we're going to pray it doesn't get delayed. Releasing everywhere all at the same time. Edgy Spyro, Shadow the Dragon. Spent the first few hours post-reveal misremembering the name as Spyro A New Hope. D for Dinosaur! CHR confirmed. He's going to dino-saw. Hang on, wait. He's going to I know saws. It's a rip talk. We've worked it out. So let's look at this gameplay. At first, so I was worried this was chaos, and I was like, I don't know or really care for Skylanders, so that's a bit of a shame that they're going in on chaos. And then I realized, no, I don't think it is chaos, so that's good. I was relieved. And then when they showed the gameplay, I had some thoughts that weren't super positive, and the more I've looked at this, the happier I am. So couple of things that concerned me. Potentially very, very large open levels. I have said, and I'll stick to it, I'm not going to change my opinion, that I like Spyro for being kind of semi-linear, like a little bit open. Some of the levels you don't have to play in a kind of corridor style, but a lot of them you do. I always liked that, and just because we're in a modern gaming world here, doesn't mean that you necessarily have to get rid of that kind of game design, because, you know, Crash 4, we've seen that they're still perfectly happy to come up with very linear, because Crash always is, very linear levels. Now, you know, you got to innovate, you got to do some new mechanics, and I'm intrigued to see how this goes. You know, the exploration, I'm sure, will be a lot of fun. The scope for doing like much more, you know, for huge vistas and interesting places to explore and stuff, that all seems exciting to me. But then I was like, free flight, but like Spyro gameplay is having to like get enough height so you can glide to something, and that's like a really core thing. And you know, he just can fly absolutely anywhere here, seemingly, haha. But this is the thing. I don't think Spyro can just absolutely fly anywhere he wants. I know in this, he's flying along the ground, and then like, you know, by the end of the trailer, he's way up in the sky. It looks like this guy could get absolutely anywhere he wants, just whenever he wants. I don't think that is how it works. If you look at this, what he does is he's flying, he takes off, but he's actually on kind of a flat plane. Now, maybe that's just because he's chosen to do so, but he's kind of just flying flat. Then, this auto-target reticle comes up. He shoots a fireball at this pile of wood. It turns into a bonfire, and there's one over there as well, look. And it generates an updraft. And he suddenly gains height from it. And then, he shoots this thing, and it turns into a ring, and when he flies through the ring, he gains some more momentum. I think Spyro can fly, but still has stamina, and he can't just gain height all the time. Yeah, infinite glide with the ability to boost off campfires. Yeah, I'm with you, Feathermore. I think that's how it works. And, you know, that is interesting to me because you could still absolutely come up with platforming puzzles based on limited height, and, you know, that this actually seems quite fun now. Like the idea that having to chain together bonfires and shoot through rings and stuff, like, I think that could come together into a really nice new kind of traversal. So, I mean, if that's how it turns out, and it's going to be tricky for them to nail that and still kind of keep up some of the the core kind of Spyro gameplay loop, I guess. But if it comes off like that, and it is about kind of maintaining momentum and having to think strategically about where you're going, how you're going to get the boosts and stuff, then that's just a whole new way of kind of still having to jump and glide to platforms, but just with a kind of with an extra dimension. So I think that's cool. Final couple of things to talk about, and then we'll play some Crash, is that we have got... Actually, I was going to say, I've just noticed... it is a big world. We'll see how big it truly is. This could be a hub world. Maybe there are still sort of slightly more traditional levels. Maybe there aren't. But Spyro's tweaking out. Peter is tweaking out about the Spyro trailer. Yeah, absolutely. Could this be a flying level? I mean, it could be Death 89, but the Toys for Bob have said you can fly all the time in this game. They've said you will soar to new heights. Spyro can fly all the time. He's got bigger wings. He can fly. He flies now, which is fair. I mean, you can't have Spyro for the rest of his life just gliding. I wonder when he's going to get up on two legs, because all the adult dragons in Spyro 1 walk around on two legs. He's on all fours. Well, actually, there's a couple of them standing on four legs in Spyro 1. But here's something interesting. This... Hang on. Let me inch forwards. Right. So admittedly, credit where it's due, I didn't spot this myself. Well, I spotted that there's a big statue here, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. It looks like some kind of animal or something. Spyro creator, Canadian guy A on YouTube pointed out, this thing seems to have cloven hooves. And I was like, yeah, it does. And then actually, when you look at it, this is almost a kind of a curly pattern. It's white, and it's got kind of like a head shape like that, and then maybe more white on top. It's a sheep. It's a sheep. Hang on. I'm going to replay a follow alert. It's a sheep. Hang on. Wait. I need another window. Hang on. Where is it? Where's my it's a sheep? Where are my alerts? We'll get there. We have to have the correct sound. Here we yeah, nearly. Wait. If there's someone watching who's not followed, just follow. That would be the easiest thing. Hang on, here it is. Right. It's a sheep. It's a sheep. Thank you. Was that worth it? Probably not. It's a sheep. Oh, thank you, D Lodge, for following. Welcome to the flock. This is a sheep, man. Or woman. Interesting. Is that a major thing? Are there going to be sheep people everywhere? Is this a whole sheep hub world? Is it just a sheep level? Is it just an Easter egg that there happens to be a sheep here? I don't know. Oh, is there another one over there? Yeah, there's more of them. There's loads of them. There's sheep everywhere. They are sheep. So there you go. That's kind of you've got more bonfires and stuff. So those are some thoughts about the actual details we can see in this trailer. All very exciting, and I am looking forward to seeing more, finding out a lot more about it. But time will tell. when that turns out to be. Should we play some Crash Bandicoot? Because I've still got more I can be chatting about with regards to that game and kind of theories and wish list stuff. But we should hit the ground running now with some Crash. B-Jazz, thank you for chatting. Does this mean Crash 5 will be coming out in a few years? Well, if it's going to be a Toys for Bob project, they're going to be busy for a little while. But maybe someone else will handle Crash 5. I don't know. I'd like Toys for Bob to take Crash as well. But
incredible.
Spyro is in on the Flock's world here. He certainly is. Someone please unfollow. I don't know if that works. I don't know if you can instantly unfollow and get the notification to come through. I think you have to wait a little while. But yeah, Spyro isn't Spyro without some sheep, so that's good. My nerves about the actual genre of gameplay here would have been eased if there were some gems on the floor. Just makes me worry it might not be a collectathon. I can show you gems. Oh, I've closed the tab. If you furthermore, in the bit that I thought was Clifftown, when Spyro is first revealed and he's running along in profile, there's that like arch of land, like a little land bridge in the background, and there's gems all the way across it, dotted. Admittedly, you can't see them in the gameplay section, so maybe that's what you're saying. Like there aren't any gems lying around on the floor, but it is alpha gameplay, so it could well be that I can't see them not putting gems in it. That would be wild. There'd be no reason for them to do that. That would just be doing it to literally subvert expectations. So it does work weirdly. It's what I did. Oh, okay, that's cool. I seem to remember when I was trying to test my my alerts ages ago, I kept trying to do that with like a burner account, and I don't think it was going through. But mind you, I'm on Stream Elements now, and I used to be on Streamlabs, so maybe that's a difference. But yeah, check it out furthermore. In that deserty bit, there's gems on the bridge. So right, not continue. Save slots. Oh, 93%. Missing a coloured gem there. And no relics. 2 out of 38 insanely perfects. Let's go down here. TPP, TinyPeterPlays. Oh, when I first booted this game up and I heard this music, I was like, I instantly knew they'd nailed it. When it goes, no, 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 I was like, that no, 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 no confirms everything I need to know. Ready? Here it comes. I was like, oh yeah, okay, we're fine. This is going to be a great Crash game. Oh, what do I play on? I actually play on Retro, or do I? It's recommended. Okay, let's play what they want us to do. Hello, Jay. Welcome. Cheska, thank you for the streak. And we've had some other streaks today as well. Look at all the sheep in the chat as well. It's a sheep. And hello to any new followers as well who joined me kind of around the time that Ben and I did a little stream for Summer Game Fest. I noticed I gained a whole bunch of new sheep. Nice to have you all. Welcome to the flock. We didn't have alerts set up for that stream because might have got a bit busy, but was the game loud enough?
At last, I, the great Neocortex, have you right where I want you. And now the final blow.
Hush, simpleton.
Simpleton.
Face it, Entropy. It's going to fail. Again.
At least Uka Uka and I attempt to free us from this prison.
Could use a boost.
Idly by and listen to your inane ramblings for another decade.
I will do. I thought it sounded a little quiet.
Chew.
Is he dead?
Leave him. He's served his purpose.
I'm so glad they turned Entropy into the big bad in this one. Or a big bad, I suppose. This is the PS4 version I was playing off my PS4 disc in a PS5. I don't know if that has any effect on the quality, or if this is literally just the PS5 version, like fully upgraded. I don't know how that works.
An event of reality-shattering proportions. I feel it emanating from Insanity Peak. Quickly.
Oh, there you go, Abby Kramer. I was answering the question you asked without even realizing.
Crash.
We're in, and hey, here's our hello, controller. Here's our first. Look at this. Back in 2000 and whenever this was, there's a little Spyro Easter egg there. Off he goes. There's another one later on as well. And now we know. Does this still show Crash 4? No, it doesn't. They got rid of it. They took it out. This used to have a little tease for, well, what then was Wumpa League, but turned out to be Crash. Hello, what's it called? It says Crunch on the fridge magnets as well. Crunch Bandicoot. From Get off my. Okay. What's it called? Not Wumpa League. Crash Team Rumble. Oh, feels good. Feels good to be in this game. It is so responsive. It's difficult, but it's so rare that you can blame your. Is it just me, or does it sound just a little bit muffled? The cutscene sounded a bit stuffy to me. Let me just yank the thing and plug it back in, see if that makes any difference at all. Well, you guys can't see it actually since it's come back on. I'll just fix that. But does that sound better? I don't know. It's not terrible. If it's something I have to fix between now and then, between now and next time, it made a difference. Yeah, is it better now? Maybe. Sprout stuff didn't play much of this one. Didn't get into it. Oh really?
Crash! Quickly, we must go.
It's a tough game, as I've said on previous streams and already on this one several times. But Aku shields you from damage. He's still alive, says Buddy Games. Hello, I assume Nico. Nice to see you. How are you feeling about the good news? I can't remember to what extent you were a big Crash fan, Spyro fan. But I assume, being a connoisseur of the PlayStation, you've got to have at least some love for the boy. It's Nico. Welcome. Alan K. Hi Peter, long-time viewer / patron of yourself and Ben and Ashton. I've never really interacted much, but I felt compelled to congratulate on the Spyro news. Thoroughly deserved for a thoroughly decent chat. Well, that's very kind. Thank you very much for that being your first time chat, Alan. Thank you so much. It feels good. It feels really good to have some news, some confirmation that it's happened. Oh no! Oh. I might have one more go at that. Gonna get that box. I'm not gonna go out of my way to desperately get every gem in this game. We're not going for 100%, but when it's like actually not gonna be that difficult for me to do so, I might just go for it for the dopamine alone. There we go. better. We have lost a mask now, but whatever. One thing I don't really like in this game is the extent to which the hidden gems are hidden. Such as this first one. It's up there. I don't know if that feels like rewarding exploration. When it's something that really does just look like you're supposed to walk and like slide under, because this is like a tutorial level as well. So you come across the very first obstacle that you have to crouch under. Why should there be a hidden bit inside it? I don't know. Maybe I'm being grumpy. Anyway, there are some even more BS ones later on in the game. So yeah, it is utter guesswork, but weird. I was scared Toys for Bob was going to be a COD gun studio. Yeah, well, they were for a while, weren't they? They were Call of Duty support, but now they're, yeah, it's good that they've gone indie, and yet they still have a relationship with Activision, so it's kind of probably best for everyone. Well, it's not best for everyone because it still involved major redundancies at the time, so it wasn't good for those people. But for those who remain, yeah, I'm so happy that they went indie, and oh, there's Torna. I never thought about that there's a Torna cushion at the end of this bonus, like, because that's where she used to stand. She used to stand right here. Nice. I just hope a second-hand PS5 will be affordable for me by the time it comes out. Yeah, fair enough, because I bet my PS5 will be dead by then. I might have to just get it on PC instead. It's going to be available on Steam, so. Peter hates Crash 4 confirmed. Sure. Despise it. Whoops. Well, I've used all my masks in this run. Go me. Oh! See, this is the kind of thing I'm excited for in Spyro. Is that we're at a point now where games that, yes, are cartoony at their core, or at least painterly, can still have huge set pieces and big effects and lots of particles and stuff. You know, we've come such a long way since the original games, even to an extent since things like the Insane trilogy and the Reignited trilogy. You know, there's so much more that can be done now. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. I bet I've missed some hidden box somewhere, actually. Yeah, no, I haven't. See, that does feel good to get those gems, so, yeah. Gotta go, chat, but glad Peter could share his excited thoughts on Spyro 4. Well, I hope you enjoyed them, Little Magnesium. Thanks for being here, nice to see you. In a vacuum, I think some of the hidden stuff is quite cool, but it's just stupid that it's everywhere and every level. You basically need a guide. Yeah, you're right. Gems and skins. Oh, there we go. We got everything. It just wasn't insanely perfect because we died once intentionally. If I'd not died, we'd have got our first perfect relic there. Not that I want it. I don't want those stinky perfect relics. That said, I remember we were working together when Reignited got teased and announced, which was also cool, as Spyro was long gone then. He certainly was. Yeah, I remember when Reignited first was announced. Very exciting. Yeah, can't believe with the news. You can't believe it. They're very pleased. Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I did say I was, or maybe I didn't say, but I thought. Hello, I'm Aunt Erica. We've chatted a fair bit about Spyro already, but I was just about to kind of talk a little bit more about it, because I was going to talk about like what my wish list Spyro game would be, and some of it is now not going to be possible based on what we already know. It's like, well, some of the things I really wanted won't be compatible with the information revealed. Some of it could still happen, and a lot of it is more like it's not stuff that I think it needs to have, and that would be bad if it's not there. It's not like that. I don't think there are very many things that I think are deal breakers for me. Most of it is just, oh, here's something that I love about this game, is that you can just very, very cleanly and consistently, you always hit the bottom box in this game. As long as you're not moving. You know, I think even Crash Warped still hadn't quite nailed that down at times. But yeah, having that kind of precision in this game does make a lot of difference. But yeah, like a couple of things that I was kind of hoping for from a new Spyro game. Personally, and like completely selfishly, and frankly playing into the trope, which is rightly criticized nowadays, of no one ever taking a chance on anything new, and everyone is just obsessed with nostalgia. Not gonna lie, I would have been over the moon if the new game had been set back in the Dragon Kingdom from Spyro 1, because we explored the Dragon Kingdom in Spyro 1, and then Spyro 2 was set in Avalar, and Spyro 3 was set in the Forgotten Realms. So it's actually been ages since we properly saw the Dragon Kingdom, you know, apart from some cutscenes. So I would have really liked that, and I think like you could have done something interesting where the villain has some sort of corrupting force, corrupting energy, a bit like the evil pigs in Tomeby. And so you could have had revisiting some familiar places, but they've been completely changed by the baddie. So you kind of get the best of, you know, kind of tickling the nostalgia a little bit, but also, hang on, where's the, here on the wall here. Start on the bottom left and jump around in a circle. That's a hint on how to get a hidden gem, and I think it's a coloured one. I think it's a red gem. So, yeah, purely for kind of selfish nostalgia reasons, I think it... Oh no.
It's my Spyro year of the Dragon Mantiversary.
It could have been super fun to explore, you know, like a corrupted cliff town, or terrace village, or town square, or any of the levels, really. Oh, what am I doing? Rubbish. I also just really missed the Norks. Even if it had been a new big bad, like not Nasty Nork, I think I would have really liked to see the Norks come back. And basically, can you... My depth perception is well off at the moment. It's a sheep. I'm basically a massive Spyro 1 fanboy, and would have really enjoyed it being kind of tied quite heavily to Spyro 1 in some way. Oh man. Oh, sorry, I just pressed triangle because I wanted to know if I've got the gem. Hang on. Oh, triangle's not the button. Do I get to keep the gem? I have to do this whole thing again. I probably get to keep the gem on death, right? Yeah, because it's not going littling, which is what it does when you're completing the puzzle there. Okay, that's all the boxes. L2 to see status. Okay. Useful. You do have the gem, you're good. Excellent. Did you ever decide about doing the weird PS2 Spyro games? Because A Hero's Tale is set in the Dragon Worlds and has Norks in it. No, I'm aware of that. Yeah, Nasty Nork comes back in some of the later games, doesn't he? And it's just completely redesigned, but... I kind of feel like... I always feel like I want to give them a go. And stream them properly. And I did try playing Enter the Dragonfly once on stream. But it's just so unstable, that game. It's not even, like... a question of whether it's been designed in a way that's fun to play. It's like physically, you know, the frame rate is kind of bad, and it's glitchy and stuff. But I feel like now in the build up to A Realm Beyond, I am gonna just want to play more Spyro, and I do feel like Toys for Bob, even though I suspect they won't have based it too heavily on anything, like, on any old, what am I trying to say, like PS2 Spyro. I don't think they'll have, like, done too much, like, Skylanders or any of that stuff. That aside, I wouldn't be surprised if they at least put some references in there, and it would be nice to be able to Does this guy destroy boxes for me? Whoops. I don't know if he does. So it'd be nice to be able to understand some of the references. I wonder if this bit is now now a little bit loud. Might just kind of meet halfway where I was. There we go. Love how expressive Crash is in this game. This game is beautiful. I love the... Oh man, I feel like I only turned it down by a couple of percent there, and it absolutely vanished. How's that sound? We'll go with that. Oh, okay. Oh. Made it. Got the gem. Just about. And I think I did it in... Oh, I did it in 4 lives, didn't I? Not 3. So I don't get the survival gem. Oh, 6! 6 deaths! Oh no! And I didn't get the hidden gem. See, already we've missed a hidden gem there. I don't know where that is. Anyway, I got the colour gem. That's the important thing. Yeah, it's good they didn't make him talk. It's nice. Like in that PS2 Crash game where he goes, "Pancakes!"
No way. Not in a million years.
So, the story here is... Oh, I can't pause it.
Get him off.
Crash, who is that?
Lani Loli?
Lani Loli.
If the quantum mask have returned, then...
Hey, Aku, how's it going? Is that a quantum rift?
It appears to be a door between dimensions.
I love Coco in this game. She's great. Love her design. Love her voice work.
Fix this before some putz with a big evil plan and a bigger ego does something monumentally stupid.
Uka Uka unknowingly...
I love how jaded Cortex is in this game. He's so tired.
My rift generator is complete. Dominion over all of time and space will be within our grasp.
Engine, Embryo, you had some little projects you wanted to tell me about?
Master, my mechanical marvel will hypnotize you and I.
And my potion will make me and them unstoppable.
Right, yeah, fine, sure. Have fun with your ray guns or...
Ray guns or whatever.
Hasten your steps. By my calculations, our enemies are already moving against us, and we will prevail.
Oh, this game, it's so good. It looks so good. Thank you so much, Riz Cracker, by the way, for the 3-month streak, 3-month sub streak. And they brought back the overworld as well. The dimensional map is just like the islands, but in dimensions instead, rather than just islands in the ocean. And they did a pretty good job as well of kind of making each level feel pretty unique, despite them being kind of tied together thematically. Like, we're going to do a bunch of post-apocalyptic levels now, but they all have kind of their own thing going on, pretty much, which is nice. Well, there we go, surfing. So we got some skins, Mother Clucker, and these were, I think, pre-order bonuses, maybe? Marsupius erectus. Serious upgrade. And bare bones, that's what he looks like when he gets electrocuted. Do you love Coco? Coco looks amazing. I love Coco's design. I think there are some people on the internet who love Coco a bit more than maybe they should, which is not even a point about anthropomorphic characters. It's a point about the fact that she's of ambiguous age, I would argue. So I don't quite understand how you can look at Coco and be like, crush. Yeah, she's maybe like 14. I don't know. Maybe she's 80, but I don't get it. But I do love Coco's design in this. Oh, Gemesis. Yes, like that. On Blue Sky.
So we need the other masks to close the rift?
I'm subscribed to the,
My
like...
brother Akano is around here somewhere.
Oh, Meccano.
Welcome to the show, your precious
Behold the aforementioned putts.
Don't worry. We have a thing where we fight, he loses. It's a well-established dynamic.
Not this time. I've got a backstage pass for you to get up close and personal with my weapon of mass percussion. Come ready to rock.
Engine was a great choice for this, for the post-apocalyptic Mad Max world. Definitely, they picked the right sub-boss for this one. Peter, please finish that sentence. Wait, I'm subscribed. Sorry, there was a cutscene happening. I had to pause. I am subscribed on Blue Sky to just the Spyro feed. What are they called? Are they called feeds or? Hang on. I've also not set myself as live on Blue Sky, which you can do now. Which people can click on your little avatar and see that you're live on the internet. So let me say I'm live for the next 2 hours. Nice. They are called, feeds? No. Yes, they're called feeds. It's just the Spyro the Dragon feed, and what it does is, if you're not familiar with Blue Sky or how those feeds work, Spyro feed, yes, I'm subscribed to the Spyro feed, and the way that feeds work on Blue Sky is that you, it basically just has a set of keywords, and anytime anyone posts a post, the equivalent of a tweet, on Blue Sky using a certain phrase or not even a hashtag, but just the words, if the word Spyro is mentioned by anyone, it just puts it all together into a feed. So you can basically just keep up with every time anyone mentions Spyro on Blue Sky. And let me tell you, even using content controls, sometimes you see some stuff on that feed that I do not want to see. I've seen the worst one, which I've talked about before on this channel. The one with Hunter in it, which is like an old Spyro meme. It goes back years. It's long before the Blue Sky days. That's all we need to say. I've seen that one, and okay, it's probably not worse than that. That really is the worst, but I've seen parts of Spyro and other characters in the franchise that I did not ever want to see. I've seen them at proportions I did not ever want to see them at. And the same is, I imagine, true. I'm trying to think actually, because I'm on the Crash one as well, the Crash feed. I don't really recall seeing strange content of Crash or Crash characters. There must be a bit out there. I mean, I'm sure if you actively went out of your way to find it, Rule 34 for Crash Bandicoot content, absolutely you would come across some. But I don't know if I see it so much on social media as I do Spyro. Spyro is very popular with the with artists of a certain predilection. Rule 34's traumatized us all. Certainly has, Shy Bees. Certainly has. So we got rail sliding in this game. I've kind of obviously spoken of just over the top of a lot of the stuff that's been introduced in this game. We're bending reality. We're shifting in and out of reality using Lani Loli. He's one of the quantum masks. We've got breaks in the quantum sphere, or whatever it's called, the quantum rift. Oops. Because Uka Uka has broken his way out of jail, where he was left with Crash and oh man, I got lucky there. Didn't set off the TNT. Remember when we got 100% in Crash Warped last week, and the two bosses were left as like babies in a time prison? Well, they escaped at the start of this game. Remember? That's what we saw. They were broken out by Uka Uka, and they left him there, seemingly dead or unconscious. But yeah, this has rail grinding now, and we're gonna, bit by bit, we're gonna be introduced to various quantum masks. We've already got one in the form of Lani Lolly, who has the power to shift between realities, make things materialize and dematerialize. But oh no! I always die at least once on that rail. If I'm going for everything, there's always got to be a death. And then this reset is a bit annoying because you have to destroy this entire stack first, which takes just slightly too long than you would like. And then you got to bounce on the bridge. And then you got to do the rail slide again and not die this time, which I guarantee is probably not where we're heading. They grind now. People are entitled to their sexual proclivities. Absolutely. People are entitled to their own sexual proclivities. I would just prefer there to be a slight distinction on the Spyro feed as to whether or not it includes shots of, like, anuses. You know? Like, if I'm just trying to, like, look at what the latest discussion is about Spyro 4 rumors, I don't really want to see a dragon's butthole. Ah. Hidden box in here. Absolute BS, that kind of thing. Because Crash fans, up to this point, and I know this is a whole different generation, and of course you have the more sort of angular, well, not angular, but like you have more intricate level design where there are little nooks and crannies, but in no Crash game would you ever be expected to jump down that hole. You would die if you even touched this thing in a previous Crash game, so a little bit cheeky for them to start like that. Maybe I want to see that, Peter. Don't be selfish now. Well, then let's set up a feed, Cheska, called the Spyro's Butthole Blue Sky feed. Can we do that? I don't. Okay, well, that's alright. Oh! This is what I'm talking about with this game having a level of precision that actually allows you to sort of be quite reactive, and you know, I was able to like get on top of that stack. Oh yeah, this is good. So I can break that without smashing the arrow crate, and then I can get up here and get these. And then drop the link in the chat, please. Yeah, okay, cool. I do like these mega Wumpas, these golden Wumpas that they introduced in this game. You can see some mega Wumpas on the Blue Sky feed for Crash Bandicoot. Oh look, there's a box there, because the thing has moved from the top, and now you can get in, because the platform's gone to the other side. That's really cheeky, doubly cheeky. And you can see a very cheeky Crash Bandicoot on the Blue Sky feed for Crash Bandicoot. He's got his cheeks out for the lads. There must be some obscene artwork of Torna Bandicoot. Because I mean, to Crash 1 Torna, she's already at a disadvantage to begin with because she was sexualized even by Naughty Dog. There were some naughty dogs, dirty dogs back then. And then, of course, Torna in this game, spoilers. Sorry if you actually don't know much about this game and I've just spoiled the appearance of Torna. Too late, I've said it now. She thick. She dummy thick. And it was memed on quite substantially. And you know what? That's okay. We're all about body positivity here. Whether you're a Bandicoot or a metal desert shark, land shark, or a bottomless pit that I just fell down. Oh, I've left the thing behind. Oh. I guess that's one thing, is I'm still... You know, you go from one game to the next. You got to work out the depth perception. Don't get too used to things, Peter. I do like the yellow shadow in this game. It does help a lot. First time I saw it, I thought, that's a little bit ugly, seeing a big yellow circle everywhere. But actually, it soon becomes your best friend. Oops! That was just foolish, spinning a TNT like that. See, The shadow does help a lot. Okay, definitely nothing here. Smash these. You do need to do age verification to see this in the UK, though. You probably do, I imagine. I can honestly and quite thankfully say I wouldn't even know what age I mean, yeah, you must. I mean, you have to do age verification to go on non-spicy websites, so goodness knows what you have to go through to get onto the spiciest of all. So I was talking about my kind of wish list for Spyro. I talked about I miss the Norks. There's a great pair of Norks on the Blue Sky feed for Spyro the Dragon, by the way. I've not at no point have I pressed this button. But that is for everything that I've said for the past 15 minutes.
And I'll use the bucket.
And I'll use the bucket and be sick. I've made myself nauseous with how rude I'm being. Norks. I miss the Norks. And Nasty in particular. But just Norks in general. I think they're a great little critter. And, oh no! I shouldn't have done that. Because you have to bounce on those to get up there. Well, I'll probably die before the next checkpoint anyway. So, oh no, it's the end! 144 out of 153. Oh, are there 3? Oh no, oh yeah, no, that's not it. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I've missed some boxes and I've... Oh, screw it, we're not going for 100%, doesn't matter. There's the gem, it's up there. That's how you find it, if you want it. How many more things can we end with, and you can see this too on Blue Sky? That's the question. I'm not sure you've ever been the best man, Peter, but if you have, I bet your speech was straight out of Are You Being Served? I've never been a best man. And perhaps because people know that it would be all Are You Being Served. No, that is not the approach I would take when writing a speech. I wrote a speech for my own wedding, of course, and there was none of that. He skipped best man and went straight to being groom. That's for sure. That's right. Should there be flashback tapes yet in any of these levels? Unlocking a real grind. Oh, see, one thing that would be nice to do... Oh, it's too late now. I was going to say, it would be good to have a thematic costume for each world. As we go through, we could be dressed as a... Oh, I'd have to perfect it, though. I'm not playing that again. But... yeah, I might try and make a bit more of an effort on... Oh, let's play as Coco for a bit, by the way. It might be nice to play in a costume that kind of suits the world that we're in. This is kind of a little bit... I mean, it's not exactly Mad Max, but it could be post-apocalyptic. We're kind of cyborgs. So we'll play as cyborgs for these levels, unless we unlock something better. Beat level to unlock... yeah, time trials. Okay, cool. I think this has a flashback tape in it, this one. It looked like it did on the front menu there. But yeah, anything else that was kind of on my wish list? I was kind of hoping that... oh, there it is. There's the tape. Oh, it's right at the start. So you don't have to do anything clever to get this one. I love the flashback tapes. If you're not familiar with this game, you don't know what they are, we'll learn a little bit more about them. Well, we'll learn about them as soon as we exit this level, actually. But they're normally a bit harder to get. They're very similar to the Death Route gems we used to have to ride on in Crash 2 and 3, if you've been watching my other streams up to this point. You have to reach the flashback tape wherever it's hidden in the level without dying. If you die, it disappears. So you've got to get there in a single life. You can die after you've got it, but... so, yeah, what else was there? I would have really liked to revisit familiar ground in the Dragon Kingdom. This is very much a wish list thing that I don't think they actually needed to have done, but I kind of liked that in Spyro 1, the dragons alluded to the fact that there was a lot more going on than meets the eye. oops, there was a lot of talk of Spyro's destiny, and some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong. And ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known. And Spyro's like, you've known. What? What have you known? And they're like, I forget. I don't. Never mind. Stuff like that. And there's the big conspiracy, or conspiracy, as I like to call it, which is that it's established in the opening cutscene that Gnasty Gnorc uses a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause. Oh look, here's Mega Mix. That is a villain from a later Crash game. Just a little Easter egg there. So I expect we're going to see this kind of stuff in Spyro. I mean, not a poster, but in Spyro A Realm Beyond, there's going to be little bits sprinkled through, whether it's, you know, even if it's just like in a cave painting on a wall, or maybe proper actual parts of the lore. I don't know, but I think they're gonna like do stuff that involves in some way games that I've not played. So I might actually stream them between now and when the game comes out, and probably have not a very nice time, but do it anyway. Hey, here's the red gem that we found. The conspiracy is that the reason, technically, that creatures drop gems in Spyro 1 when you kill them is because they are warriors that Gnasty has magically created, and when you kill them, they turn back into the gem that he used to create them in the first place. Can I jump down that hole in the background? No! See? Like, they have the tires in the previous level to say, jump down here. And then you learn, oh, okay, wow, I can really get everywhere in this game. And then it turns out, no, you can't. Or worse, you come to this level first, realize you can't get in that hole, and learn the lesson, I definitely can't get off the beaten track in this game. Whereas it turns out, yes, you actually can a lot of the time, but just not all the time, you know? The hidden gems, not a huge fan. Or hidden boxes as well. But, to, again, go back to the conspiracy. When Spyro kills Gnasty, Gnasty Gnorc vanishes into a poof of smoke, or a linear of smoke, much like all of his warriors, and he drops some gems, 3 little pink gems. The implication could be that Gnasty Gnorc was also a warrior made by gems. And so there's something else at play. There's a bigger force at work in Spyro 1. And some people think it could have actually just been the dragons themselves. That they have like a coming of age ritual, or like a test for whoever their new sort of dragon with a destiny is. And in this case it's Spyro. If you pass the test by defeating this fake warrior that they've created, Gnasty Gnorc, then, you know, you're the big boy who's going to go on to have a game called A Realm Beyond. I think it could be really. That was just there for the taking for Toys for Bob. They could have really gone in on that. And hey, maybe they still will. Maybe this new villain in A Realm Beyond knows all about Spyro and the fact that back in 1998, his dragon family mates lied to him. I'm gonna drop off here on purpose because I would like to have one more go at that rail. Ooh, at that rail. One more try. Because I missed one box. And I think so far, having done the red gem, we're actually on for the box gem here. Right, we hang down, we get up, we jump across quick, jump up there. There we go. Now. I'm glad actually that I've got a bit of experience in this game now, because I happen to know, like, I would never have spotted this before, you know, on a first run. Look at that down there. Oh, it's so hard to even get to. And then you have to get out again. Real cheeky. I'm sure we already covered it, but the trailer made me a bit concerned it's going to be very flying centric like Panzer Dragoon. I've seen some people complaining online that oh man, it sucks that they've got rid of the platforming and they've just made a flight sim game, and they think that Spyro is going to be flying all the time, like in Fable Journey, was it called, where you were just constantly driving a cart. That is not it. They're not doing that. I mean, you could still be right, of course, Benson boy. I'm not suggesting that it won't be very flying centric. I hope it won't be, but it could be. But certainly, the people who are worried on the internet about having seen 8 seconds of gameplay and thinking that the entire game is just flying, that is not the case. Can we talk about He-Man yet? Okay, cool. Let's talk about He-Man. Cyborg's crash sounds epic. Chicken crash. I went to school with Simon Borg. Could have done with the yellow circle on the Scooby-Doo and Cyber Chase stream. Certainly could have done, yeah. I think I talked about the yellow circle in that stream, didn't I? Oh well, in Crash Bandicoot you get a yellow circle, so. Ooh. Okay. So I saw He-Man yesterday. I will not do any spoilers in this. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Oh, I've done a bad thing. Oh no, I can probably still make it work. Right, what I've done badly here is that I need to get back to now get the boxes that I've just turned on with that switch. And these 3, because I've started them, and they've got like a little timer on them. Once you start these bouncies, you don't always get the 5 bounces off them. It's like, if you do 1 bounce on them and then come back 10 seconds later, they're just going to break straight away. So what I need to do here is get across without destroying all of them. Because I don't think I can slide double jump all the way from the left back to the right again. So what I'm going to do is this. There we go. That should be enough. See, I've started those ones sort of ticking, and then by the time we get back, they're probably going to break straight away. There you go. See, not a lot of people know that. Right. Okay. Here we go. Nice. 24 out of 24. Just need to cut out of here. There we go. Spoiler free, He-Man, I would say, the only thing I would say in terms of what I didn't like about it is you need to go into that film not expecting it to be an action adventure He-Man movie with some comedy in it in a kind of Avengers style way. Oops, I accidentally did a slam. You need to go into it thinking of it as like a comedy film that happens to have a lot of action scenes in it. Because the ratio of like himbo moments, himbo jokes, and also, what do you call that kind of dialogue? It's got a name now. Is it like the writer from Iron Man or something? You know, when people speak in a kind of way in films now, and I think it's mostly attributed to the success of Avengers and stuff, right? What's it called? Whedon-esque. Oh, is it Joss Whedon? Yeah, I couldn't have told you who it's associated with, but yeah, if it's Joss Whedon we're talking about, it's like end to end, that kind of stuff. Like people kind of, you know, almost like cringing over the action movie moments and sort of talking over each other or saying like, "What? Wait, what? What did you just say?" Or you know, huh? You know, all of that kind of stuff. Maybe he wrote Avengers, and I think that had him. No, yeah, if he wrote Avengers, then that is who it is. I'm sure that's a phrase. Now, that's okay. I think like when I came out of it, and you know, by the time, damn it, by the time I'd got, you know, 2 hours or an hour and a half into the film and realized, oh, okay, they're really making this like a comedy superhero or comedy action hero film. Then that's okay, because I was like, okay, I know what to expect from this. But I went in thinking, yeah, it's going to be super cheesy. It's going to have like 80s cheese. But I didn't think it was going to be like that, like the way it was. What am I doing wrong here? I just tapped that guy's saw, I think, as I went to get it. You can spin those big guys, but I've been doing it wrong. It absolutely wants to be a comedy film before anything else. It also doesn't know who its audience is. Well, I say it doesn't know. It does know who its audience is. I just think it's picked the wrong audience, potentially. Because its audience is, well, for one thing, people who liked the original He-Man, Masters of the Universe, which is fine. There's loads of, like, references in there. Even down to, like, they kind of make fun of some of the animate, like the really wonky animation that they used to do, and obviously some of the very silly and strange names of the characters and all of that. So that's all in there for people to enjoy. And you know, the costume designs are based very much on the original show, and the whole kind of main rogues gallery is there. I mean, not all the heroes and not all the villains are there, because there are, if you really include like every episode of He-Man, then there are way too many. Well, not too. You could have actually probably fit them all in, but anyway, they're not all there. It's just kind of the main hits. So that's great. But like, they put as many I think they put as many utterances of the word shit into that film as they were allowed to for it to still be a 12A. They sort of jokingly did a couple of other swears where it's implied that someone was going to say a certain word and then someone else says a similar sounding word over the top of it, you know, or they're drowned out by an explosion or something, which is very funny. I had a really good time with it, but I can see why some people perhaps aren't going to be super pleased with it. I did see that some people were getting cross about it being woke. And I think genuinely even by the definitions that people use to say when something is woke, like whether or not you agree with the term and the complaint and stuff, I think even within that world of having strong female characters is woke, or having like a moral where it's like, oh, not everything should be solved with violence and aggression. That's so woke, right? Even if I accept that is by definition really woke, this film actually like wasn't that. That's what I find even more irritating, is that the people who have this shopping list of things that they don't want to see in films because they disagree with it politically or whatever. All right, everyone's entitled to their own political proclivities. But even if you've got that shopping list that you live by of things that you don't like seeing in fiction, that stuff honestly was not actually there. Or it barely was. But because... Well, I don't know why. I say because. I don't know why. But some people are just saying that this film is woke, even when it's not, by their own definition, I would argue. And I find that more angering than if they were, quote-unquote, legitimately complaining about things that were in there that they happen to not like being in their films. So that's kind of weird and irritating to see. Oh, we've missed a box. Mr. Box? Anyone taught by Mr. Box at school? What subject did Mr. Box teach? But Peter, the He-Man film had pronouns in it. It did. And we're livid. We're so cross about that. Flashback tape found. Oh yeah. Is Mechaneck in it? He was my favourite. Spoilers, Mechaneck is in it. Beastman is in there. I mean, I don't want to spoil. Maybe I shouldn't just list all that, because it's nice to sort of have them suddenly surprised and revealed, isn't it? So maybe I won't. I'll answer your question, which is yes, Mechanic is in it, and I have just revealed that Beastman is in it. But yeah, I thought Jared Leto, how is it said? I mean, I don't really like the guy, so I'd rather they picked someone else. Do I have the retro skin? I thought I had the retro. Do you have to unlock it? I like wearing the retro skin when I do flashback tapes. We're going to have to dress as Crash here. Basic outfit. These are great, these flashback tapes. So these are VHSs we've recovered that were recorded in 1996 at Cortex Castle. This is a record of what went on the Wumpa Archipelago back in the mid-90s.
Experiment log. Bandicoot subject trial number 1.
I love that this exists anyway, that there's just...
Yes, the crates are meant to be broken. They were placed as an impenetrable barrier. I'll redesign the other tests.
I love that they even came up with little mini levels like this where you are just doing like box bouncing puzzles, and we're going to encounter nitros and TNTs and all kinds of things, so these are going to get way harder. But the fact that they included this at all is great, because I've always thought that, you know, the closest you get to doing this kind of stuff in Crash Bandicoot is in the bonus levels, and I thought, you know, there's so much scope for this exact thing. I always thought that this thing should be done in Crash, and then they did it. But then on top of that, they've added this whole veneer to it, where it's, hey, this is a VHS that was recorded back when Crash was a mere young mutant. I don't think he's even gone into, he's not gone into the Cortex Vortex yet. So this is just agility. And once he passes all these tests, I think he's going to be greenlit to be the general. Cortex's general. He's going to be put into the Cortex Vortex. It's such a fun idea. And as we'll see later on, so all this first round of VHS tapes, or flashback tapes, sorry, are done 1, 2, 3, 4 as Crash. But there's also a whole bunch of Coco ones too. And again, we learn a little bit more about her origins. Yeah, it's lovely and very satisfying. And we get some classic Crash music in the background of each level. 118.
First test complete. Well done, subject.
So we'll sprinkle those in between levels rather than get to the end of the entire game and then have like 22 flashback tape levels to do, because you and I will go out of our tiny Peter minds if we have to do them all together. Much better to mix them in. They get harder and harder as they go. Can't wait to hear Embryo, the mop, a ton of times, says Jay the Cerebral. Yeah, that is going to happen. What about Evil Lynn? That's no big spoiler. She's been cast and she's been shown off quite, you know, to some extent or other in the trailers and stuff. So I don't mind saying that yes, Evil Lynn is in there. I feel for anyone who maybe doesn't want to have any more villains revealed for them. So if you like, you can. If anyone wants to know whether certain characters are in the film, by all means, send me a message on social media or on Discord. Or it doesn't have to be direct message. You can just like ask me in the Discord, and I will happily reveal any more characters for you. But just for the benefit of people maybe watching the VOD or watching live, who really want to go in blind to Masters of the Universe, I won't go any more niche than Evil Lynn. But hey, there's 2 mid-credit scenes and a post-credit, an end-of-credits scene. So do stick around for those if you want. First one I saw coming a mile off, or at least the character who is in it. In fact, I saw the 2 mid-credit scenes coming off a mile off with the characters who were in it. and I was very pleased. In fact, I saw all three. Mid-credit scene 1 and mid-credit scene 2 both are basically about... They are character reveals, and I knew that they were going to happen. And the final one is not a character reveal. It's just a thing that happens, and I got that down to the exact the way that it was, even the way it was shot. I whispered to Amy. I was like, right, there's an end credit scene coming up. I bet you any money that it's this exact thing. And then 3 seconds later, the credits ended, and the thing happened that I said would do. Oh yeah, so this is a hint for the green gem. There's a little skull and then a barrel. I think this is right at the end of the level. We have to drive a little RC car and blow it up. Such good music in this game. Is He-Man in it? Upside Downs, I can't possibly... That's... I've just told you I'm not doing any more spoilers. Stop asking me such... What a huge thing you want me to reveal there. In fact, how dare you even ask? Because you've now put the thought in someone's mind that He-Man might be in the film, and they might not have... And now they're going in, and you've, like, planted that seed. Yeah, you're right, Lobrotovich. Instant ban. What about She-Woman? Yeah, of course. She-Woman's... It's all about She-Woman, the film. Mistress of the Universe. Did Amy say we do not need your comments, Peter Austin? No, she didn't mind. Amy doesn't really know much at all about Masters of the Universe or He-Man, and so I think she was quite pleased to have me sitting next to her and explain what was going on. There's a really silly gag in the sort of the everyone's happy and the sun has come up and it's all over scene towards the end. You know, the obligatory one of those where everyone's together. And like every character, all the goodies are in a big group and they do a thing that is very much for the... Oh no, I shouldn't have... Oh. There's not going to be a nitro detonator at the end. Oh, there is. Okay, well, we're fine then. They do a thing, and it's like, if you don't know the show, it's really weird. It's like, what? And I could see sort of Amy looking at me out of the corner of her eye. I was looking at the screen, laughing or smirking to myself, and I kind of saw her like doing this, and I sort of whispered and went, "It's from the show. They used to do that in the show." Oh, can I hope I can do a very long skid. And if you're doing that, consider consuming more fibre. Oh, that was a long skid, and I did it. 16 out of 19, and here's the rest. Do any of the Masters kiss? Ooh, whoops. They all do a big kiss at the end. I was thinking of watching it, but no chance if He-Man is in it. Yeah. You wouldn't like it, I don't think. What, and they aren't married? Disgusting. Well, they might be. They are he-married. Let's try this again. Slam. Okay, long skid. There we go. Good old yellow circle underneath us. It's what we want. It's what we need. 19. Nice. They person. Like it. Got him. I feel like I had a couple more things I was going to say that I would love to either see in this new Spyro game or at least have seen, and they're now no longer possible. But I don't know, I'm kind of struggling to think. It was more like Dragon Kingdom. Whoops. Oh, I'm panicking. I'm really panicking. I thought that swing ball was on the same plane as this as that thing, which it wasn't. Yeah, if I could have had it set in the Dragon Kingdom, and like, you know, even if it was just like, there's actually, it turns out there's a bunch more lands, as they were called, the levels. Technically, they were called lands, LANDS, or even a whole bunch of other homeworlds. I could have just accepted that was the case, or that the world has somehow evolved. You know, I could have taken any amount of justification for, hey, we're going to set it in the Dragon Kingdom, but there's a bunch of like new places as well that, whoops, that weren't in Spyro 1, but occasionally you're going to, like, you know, go and visit somewhere that you know and love. And then, yeah, Norks and Nasty Nork, might be nice to see them again. But for the most part, you know, I'm happy with what appears to be a lot of innovation, you know. Mechanically, it seems like there's some very new and interesting things happening, and I do honestly trust Toys for Bob to have done a good job. It sounds like they've done a lot of testing with how it plays, with, you know, with all this new flight and stuff like that. Whoops. I'm from the 80s and I'm kind of bleh about Masters of the Universe. Frank Lagella will always be a Skeletor. Have I said that right? Will always be Skeletor to me. Oh yeah, I was talking about Jared Leto, wasn't I? And it's like, I was going to say, not a huge fan of the guy generally, but ooh, what the hell was that? Why did we hang? What are we loading here? However, oh no. Okay. Perhaps I'll go around the way. So this bit, there's like 2 ways up. I'm trying to remember what the 100% way is. I mean, again, I've probably like left a hidden box behind already, so it might all be irrelevant. But you can go this way. Oh, there's nothing else there. Oh god. Okay. I need to break that box though. I'll give it a go. I think when I can see what it is that I need to do, I'm gonna like try and do it generally in this playthrough. Ooh, okay. But, you know, I'm not going to beat myself up if it's like, oh, I'm missing a box, but I don't know where it is, you know. Okay, ride it back up now. And then, oh, we can go up and over the top. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll go that way then. Or no, not. No. Is it this way? Is that how you... That's how you get up there. Okay. And then I've got to slide out and then jump to the right. Oh, like that. Oh, and there's a gem. Okay, that was worth doing. Do I trust... Will that nitro break that thing for me? Like, I can't safely spin that. I mean, it is possible to spin and bounce at the same time in this game, but not very consistently. And I don't think the game would expect you to do a spin bounce. You missed a box, by the way, with a life in it. Oh, did I? Oh, well. Let's not worry about boxes, shall we? It might be that the nitro detonator will blow up that arrow, but I feel like when boxes are too far away from the nitro detonator, when wooden boxes are too far away, that they don't get affected by an exploding nitro. You have to kind of like have it loaded in. I don't know. But I don't know, this now we're on Crash 4. So it's possible that it does account for that kind of thing. They might have like gone into a bit more detail with how it calculates that kind of stuff. Right, I've still not finished my thought about Skeletor. So, actor aside, I think the performance is... He does kind of steal every scene, and he is funny, I do think. I think it's delivered quite well. Now, I think a lot of that might be down to the writing rather than the performance. I don't think it's like, oh, the reason it's so funny is because of the way he acts it and the way he delivers it. But on the other hand, his accent is really confusing, and there were multiple times where me and Amy could not understand what he was saying. Oh, how did that happen, guys? Something happened there. That truck couldn't quite crush me. How confusing and interesting. Perhaps we'll find out more soon. Whoops. It's breaking the boxes for me. So there were moments where like Skeletor would say something, and it was only like in the next sentence that I could like work out what he'd been saying in the previous sentence. Like I was having to really pay attention to him and listen to like the full context of the entire monologue to work out like every aspect of... Right, so we spin that. And a little car comes out, and if we blow it up in that nitro, we get the green gem. Aha! Lovely throwback to Wrath of Cortex, this part. Or Haven Call of the King, right? Yeah. Oh, I've like got every... Well, I say I've got every box. I've had to let the truck get a few for me, but all the ones that I need to get, I've got them all. And apparently I've left like a life box behind, which is annoying. Oh, he left loads behind. Forget it. Skeletor has no lips. Yeah, I know, but you could hear that he did have lips in the recording studio, and he's still... His weird accent that he was putting on, which in some cases worked very well when you can understand the way he was... You can understand what he was saying. But yeah, when you couldn't, it wasn't good. Those are thoughts on Masters of the Universe. Did we get a flashback tape then? I think we did. Yeah. Can we talk about Fable? I feel like people have feelings.
Bandicoot bipedalization was a success. If he survives my trials of wit and strength, he'll be promoted to General of my army.
Yay.
You mean you'll brainwash him, Master?
Even Brio's there.
Potato, potato.
I'm not quite sure what that is walking around in the background. That's probably some reference to some giant robot in a different Crash game or something. We've got our Temple Ruins music playing in the background now, which is nice. Oh, I need to go up the way first. Get these. And then I can get that. Aha! It's going well. Fable. So what thoughts are people having? Has there been a certain reaction to the most recent trailer at the Xbox showcase? Because so far, what we've seen from Fable, I've been really liking the look of. Apart from, as I've said, like the Richard Ayoade stuff is a bit strange to me, or it's just the fact that he's literally just Richard Ayoade but a giant. That's what I don't like. Absolutely, let him be in. I'm happy for him to like be in stuff. He's been in several Star Warses. Well, 2 Star Warses he's been in, and you know, did a perfectly good job. But that's when, you know, he's doing voice acting, and although, I mean, he's still kind of... When you played Two Boots in Darth Maul, he was also kind of, sort of playing himself a little bit. But, you know, it was fine, it was good. And when he was in The Mandalorian, he was a different character entirely. It didn't feel like he was playing himself. But he just, it's literally him with his glasses on. Oh, what? How did that happen? Oh, I bounced, I think. It made a bounce sound effect. Yeah, I feel like that's just going to be a bit distracting. That 21st century British celebrity, actor, comedian, Richard Ayoade is just in Fable. I don't know. Hey, controversial opinion, hot take. I don't like it when the likenesses of real people are used in video games. And I don't know what it is, because it's not like I watch a movie and go, oh, this is so distracting, because this you know, this action flick I'm trying to watch, it's got Pierce Brosnan in it, and it's really hard for me to look beyond the fact that it's actor Pierce Brosnan. Like, I obviously don't think that when it's an actor in a film, so why should I feel it with an actor in a game? I don't know, but I kind of do. It's like the lady who plays all kinds of characters. She plays Sia in the Jedi Survivor games, whatever they're called. You know, she's in a lot of stuff, and they just use her actual likeness, and I find her... I find it, well, I guess just kind of distracting to see that same face all the time in a lot of games. Oh, damn it. I got on there and I did another little hop. Bad. Rubbish. Silly. In fact, if I go over the top, can I get back to... Whoops, no, I did that the wrong way. Can I get to the nitro detonator on that long stack of... that long line of boxes that's, like, up high? Can I get there? Because I'm going to be able to go back again and sort of clear up, I think. Let's see. I'll show you what I mean. And not, it is possible to get past that final nitro, but I'm thinking, can I just, like... Oh, no, I can't. I was thinking I could go... No, I can't. Well, whatever. Forrest Whitaker did that, yeah. Deborah Wilson, yeah. You know, talented... Lots of talented people doing regular roles in video games, but for some reason in games, I do find it a bit distracting. And yeah, actually, it might be... That's a good point, Pup Wheelie. It might be partly that it's the uncanny valley of, like... This isn't just a human actor on camera. It's a digital representation or version of a human being who I've seen in the flesh, or not in the flesh, but I've seen like them on camera, and now I'm seeing them made out of pixels and things. And maybe that's it. I don't know. Right. I feel like...
Embryo, the Revivotron.
Okay. I definitely can't slide my way over there. I think I just need to drop off and then sort of double jump back up, which I did do successfully on my previous death, but then I just accidentally did an extra hop, kind of a panicked fumble hop when I got there. So I just need to do that, but without fumbling. I think I was trying to guarantee that I got the double jump by pressing it a lot. And so when I landed on the platform, I did an extra jump. But yeah, apart from that, Fable, I'm really interested in. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, the question was that people have feelings about, thoughts and feelings about it or something, and I'm just wondering, have I missed that some people are cross? Can we talk about Fable? I feel like people have feelings. I feel like its most recent trailer had very conflicting tones. I also feel they're scared to show us gameplay. Well, yeah, they might be scared to show, because, you know, we've seen a fair bit of it. Well, although they did kind of a 11-12 minute showcase of it, didn't they, at one point, and that did have a fair amount of gameplay in. I mean, admittedly, it had a lot of cutscene stuff in as well, but I think there was gameplay in there. So what I need to do on this next platform is drop off and then do that, but just carefully. And then the reset is all this again. Which is extra annoying whenever it involves a TNT, because it means, by definition, you've got something that you have to wait around for as well. Because there's a fuse as part of the puzzle. Yeah, I did think the tone was... I mean, the thing is, yeah, the tone was kind of confusing. Like, I did not realise it was Fable at first. And I knew Fable was, you know, very likely to be at that showcase. And then, you know, along comes a fantasy character talking about heroes. And even then, I couldn't tell until... Well, it got a bit more British and a bit more... You know, that it started to like show some silly bits, but it seemed quite serious at first. That little trailer. So sure, like I get that tonally it had her being very serious, and then elsewhere it had very Fable-y bits. But that's kind of Fable's always been like that. I don't think that's a problem. Fable has always had, you know, its humor and its silly moments, but it's always also had a serious story and like an actual antagonist. So I don't think that's a bad thing. That's actually showing that this is more of hopefully what you love as a Fable fan. Right. I don't really know how to... Can I just... Well, I can just do that without jumping, but I feel like I'm gonna hit the nitro if I do. Yeah, I would hit the nitro if I did that. I do need to... Well, that was really weird. I tried to do an example of what I was going to do on the next thing, and I dropped, and before I even got the chance to do the second hop, the double jump up to the platform, I was just trying to show you what I was talking about. It activated... There's like... This game and all Crash games have kind of a death plane thing going on, where if you fall far enough into something that is a pit, beyond a certain point, it just plays a fall to death animation. You would think that you wouldn't get Crash is dead and you no longer have control of your character until he maybe hits the bottom of the screen, but no. As it turns out, if I fall more than about 2 box heights from that platform, I don't get the option to press jump. So, right. That was a quick reset, but here we go. I just need to... There we go, I did it. That's what I've been trying to do this whole time, but... Oh no! What have I missed? I must have missed something in the first set of boxes. 2-pack. Well, that's unfortunate, and I can only apologise, but I will be getting 100% in the flashback tapes. I wonder what I've done there. What did I miss?
You mean you'll brainwash him, Master?
Whoops. Oh, maybe I missed... I wonder if I thought that the plain boxes... Whoops. Underneath those stripies there, I might have thought they were iron crates the first time round, and maybe I didn't break them, because the reason I just died the first of those 2 deaths just then is because I thought that they were metal ones, and that's why I just did a big spin. I don't know. To be fair, it's been a long time since I played Fable. I mean, if people are saying that they've got those feelings, then, you know, Oh, it's a big eye. Right. Definitely got those. Is there something up here, maybe? No? Okay. Or maybe those 2 I might have missed. Let's go up here. Oh, I know. Yeah, because I used this before. Smash that thing. I feel like what I did there is just everything that I did last time. So maybe the boxes I missed were in this part. Just gotta keep my eyes peeled. There's nothing up high here. Let's keep our eyes out. For, what, like 3 boxes, was it, I was missing? Anything up there? No?
Nitro crate technology shows promise, but may require more R&D before rolling out. That's where you come in.
And then there's nothing high up here. Is it those 3 down there? Did I... No. Hang on, let's get these. What did I miss? Checker Blaze is back. Yeah, that was interesting. Because this is a reboot, isn't it? So it's like, you know, you could be like, oh, what does that involve with regards to other Fable games and their stories and stuff? But I think this is just... Oh, there's stuff up there. Ah, okay. So I've got to leave the... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I've got to leave those arrow crates intact. So I see what I've got to do now. Okay, I've worked it out. There are some really high boxes. We have to use the arrows to bounce up and get them. Oh no, I've kind of screwed up there. Hang on. There we go. So yeah, Fable looked good. I'm very excited by the... I know they'd already said that there are going to be bonus missions in Halo Campaign Evolved, but actually seeing the stuff is really interesting. I don't know quite how it aligns with... you know, there were brutes there, weren't there? And there were, you know, weapons like swords and stuff and fuel rod cannons, which I don't... You know, none of that stuff was around in Halo 1. And it's like... Was it implied that Chief was having his first encounters with brutes and, you know, having his first time playing with a plasma sword in Halo 1? Or is that not what was implied in the first place? Like, if you read the books, has it always been the case that... No, Master Chief, you know, even before Pillar of Autumn, he was swinging plasma swords and... Oh, damn it. So, I don't know. But, you know, whatever. It's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. And it depends when they're set, those missions. It sounds like there was a suggestion... Oh, I've done it again. Playing around with this TNT the wrong way. There was a suggestion that they're set before Halo Combat Evolved. Like, maybe, you know, only just before, or maybe a while before, but I don't know. I don't really mind. The fact that there's just more Halo 1, in inverted commas, coming seems fun and interesting. And, you know, I'm just excited to play that game again with a new lick of paint. And then what else was there? The Magician one looked fun. Kind of looking forward to that. I'll be interested to see how it actually comes out in the end. It's the kind of game... It's one of those games where you look at it and you're like, that seems really fun. And then, like, is it actually, you know... Is it going to be a sort of a 70% kind of thing? Like, is it going to play well? Oh, I'm pressing it, but if I'm falling too far below, the game puts you in a death state. And you don't get the opportunity to do your jump. So... I've got to be really careful with... I can't believe that I'm struggling this much with the second flashback tape. They get so much harder. But it's just that... I know I've died in a couple of places, but it's essentially that one nitro that I have to do a little like extra hop onto. And then we're going to do all this reset again. Get all of these. Halo Reach is supposed to lead straight into Combat Evolved. So maybe it slots in between them or even before Reach. Yeah, maybe. I can't remember what it said. I'm sure there's probably like been a press release about it. It might be officially confirmed somewhere, but I've not done... As you might imagine, I've not really done a lot of reading into anything that was shown at the showcase last night outside of... Oh, damn it. Outside of Spyro. Oh, it sucks that we have to just keep doing this all the time. What I could do, actually, is what I think I'm actually meant to be. I'm sort of jumping through the arrowy bit, but I think, actually, I am supposed to be bouncing on them, but just sort of, like, making sure I don't hit the nitros. In fact, I might be able to do something kind of tricksy. Like, potentially, I could jump down, bounce on those arrows, and I might be able to arc all the way over to the exit. I'm not sure if that's the intentional thing. I don't think it is. No, I probably won't make it all the way, will I? It is quite a bouncy arrow. No, I think I'm just supposed to do that. And then here, if I drop even like just below the layer of iron crates there, I can't press X. He starts going whoa and falling to his death. Oh god, this is so finicky, so fiddly. Those nitros are such a bitch. The placement of them is so... It's the most irritating possible place they could have been placed. It feels like if I do a slide over there from far back enough, I should be able to just slide onto the platform. But I've tried that multiple times and I keep somehow hitting the nitros even though I'm sliding and I should be like low down. Like I'm trying to sort of, you know, go from here and just... Whoops, I mean not there. Like go from the equivalent of there and, you know, he's low down when he's sliding like that. Why shouldn't I be able to slide underneath the nitros that I'm coming up on? But I don't know. You can destroy those two metal ones, I think. You can't destroy any metal ones. Oh, I see what you mean, the reinforced ones. Hang on, let's see what you mean. Over we go. Right. Oh. Yeah, I can do. Yeah, that's actually just my mistake that I've not been doing that. But I have been doing that previously, I think. So, yeah, you're right. Like, I have been making a mistake on the past few attempts and not destroying those. And I should be doing that, but... So, yeah, that will certainly help. But... it's just such a narrow gap. If I could if I could safely drop down like to the level of the metal crates there, it would be fine to just do a second hop and hop back up. But it feels like if I drop too far down, if I do the jump too high, I hit the nitro above. But if I let myself drop any lower, which, you know, is what the takeaway from a death like that would be, like, oh well, I just need to, you know, make sure I'm a bit lower before I do the second hop. I can't get low enough. I mean, I'm sure you can. I'm not complaining like, oh, this is impossible, or, you know, they've done this wrong. It's clearly just me getting back into Crash 4, but I'm struggling to get the exact moment where I need to do that. Maybe I am approaching it the wrong way. Maybe I should be sliding into it from even further back. I don't know. It just... When I've tried sliding, I've been hitting the nitros. But have I always been trying to slide from those reinforced crates? I don't know. Maybe I have. So I need to... Oh no, I've screwed that up. Okay. I need to leave these arrows alive because there are crates up there at the top, you see, under text-to-speech. So these arrows need to stay alive. That's why I missed some crates before. God damn it. What you can do is from the second set of platforms, slide, jump over the top, hit the detonator and go back. Can you get over? Okay. Well, that's fine, because I was saying earlier, if I can get to the detonator, that would make it a lot easier. But I felt like I couldn't get to the but oops, that was just a mistake. But I didn't really look into it properly, I don't think. Just checked a walkthrough. Okay, cool. Well, if that is someone else's solution, it's probably the solution. Appreciate it. Clearly just doing it wrong. I mean, I have got through the way that I've been trying to do it. I have done successfully once, but also unfortunately I had destroyed the arrow crates when I shouldn't have done. So it's not like what I've been trying is impossible, but clearly it's like it's too tight to be maybe the intended route. Hang on, let's have another look at this now and see, can I get over the top? So what you can do is from the second set of platforms. So you mean of the last three from left to right? You mean this as in below the arrows? Right, yeah, I see, below the arrows. So I can jump over the top of that, can I? Okay, let's see if we can... I mean, even this jump I'm finding a little tricky. Oh. We're in for some much tougher... Well, I say tougher flashback tapes. At the moment, I would much rather be playing literally... Not literally any other, because some of them are ridiculous, but... I can say with some confidence the next few flashback tapes will not be as hard as this. In theory, they kind of get more difficult as they go, but there's just this one. It's clearly just psyched me out, and now it's just absolutely in my brain. And probably the best thing to do would be to just quit and go and play the boss fight, but at this point, we're going to go for it. We've got a new strategy now, so that's something. It's just... you know, this bit isn't easy. This is not straightforward, because you jump too high, you hit those. Oh, there we go. Right, so we think we can slide jump over those and make it to the end platform? Yeah, even this walkthrough hesitates a bit on the actual jump past the arrows. Right. Slide jump over the top and hit the detonator. I guess I've not been playing this enough in today's session to really have an understanding of exactly how good his slide jump is. Because that doesn't feel safe, but I believe that... Yeah, okay, wow, he really can get quite far. Okay, some applause in the chat for CHR 5097, please, everyone, because I'd have been trying other stuff for a while, if not for that. Oh, we're still missing a...
Results have been incredible.
Am I still missing a box, though? Why can't I... Hang on. There we go. 130. There's only 4 here on this platform. What? We still don't have enough. There's 4 left to destroy. Well, I tell you, if it's not, like, on the platform over there, which it isn't, I'm not...
Do I detect a tear of frustration?
I'm not playing any more of this.
Is everyone laughing at you?
We'll come back and first try it another time, but, yeah, it's not here. I've got to do that. And then... There must be one really low down, I guess. If not up high. Because I think... Because the whole reason because I did it, do you remember I restarted the whole thing before, because I was like 5 boxes short. And I came through the first half, up to the first checkpoint, looking really hard for boxes. Did you get the stupid off-screen, stupid high one on the bouncy right at the start? Seemingly not, no. Well, I might just complete that one, like, off-screen. Outside of stream. I won't stream that one again. If I knew I could get it first try on a separate stream, then I would do it on camera. But we might be there forever, so I won't do. And I might grab that off camera. Out of interest, I'm just going to see where it is. You say it's right at the start. Let's see what I might have missed.
The Bandicoot bipedalization was
on that first bouncy, is it?
Survives my trials of wit and strength.
Oh, look at that.
You mean
wow. No, I didn't get that one at the start. Whoa, you can't have us watch all that and then finish it off screen. Okay, I'll try this one life. Right, I'll have one attempt now. And if I die... we're done attempting this level, because some people, quite understandably, will be going out of their minds watching me fail over and over again at this. I would be. I'd have stopped watching by now. Well, we're up to our first checkpoint, pretty much. So we're where we are now, where, you know, I've practiced this many a time, so in theory, we're golden. Right, set this TNT off. We know how this works. We know the routine. Ready for an incredible first try, everyone?
But may require more R&D before rolling out. That's where you come in.
The jump I'm worried about now is not the slide jump over the nitros. It's getting under that first one, which I've done successfully more than I've failed, but I have failed many times as well. This bit, this is what I'm worried about, getting through here. Technically, I only need one of these arrow crates, so if I wanted to, I could try and jump down and spin it. But that's not what I've been doing all the way up till now, so maybe that's a bad idea. I would probably end up smashing the arrow crate. That's not really any less precise. Yeah. Oh, you just a full jump there. Look, I will hit the nitro. So you have to do a little half jump. But if you drop too low, you're going to touch the arrow. Ooh! Oh god. Palms are sweaty. Knees weak. Mom's spaghetti. There's spaghetti on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Oh, that's so precise as well. Your toes are millimeters from the nitros as you pass them. Right, up we go. Yeah, if I break these, that's 131. This is 135. Thank heavens.
Test success!
You're telling me, Cortex.
The results have been incredible.
Oh. First try. Remember when I said this game's a bit harder than previous Crash games?
You're doing incredibly well, aren't you? What a sexy player!
It's more precise controls, but therefore they ask for some pretty specific maneuvers from you. Anyway, boss fight. Actually, and for a first boss fight, this one's not easy, but we'll be fine.
All right, all you bloodthirsty lunatics, put your freaky little hands together for Rocket Head.
That's him. Did you get it? Because he's got a rocket in his head. So this is like a... It's like a rhythm action boss fight, which is kind of fun. So you spin these crazy guys into his amp. And then we have to climb up while he's stunned. And give him a spin. And then this is the rhythm action part. You have to react to these. Well, obviously it's not really rhythm action, it's just dodging projectiles, which is what Crash Bandicoot has always done. But, you know, it kind of feels like feels a bit like Guitar Hero, doesn't it? Oh, I have to actually be spinning these guys, don't I? I forgot about that. They are my projectiles. Come on, give me a boy. Boy, please. There he goes. Oops, missed him. Another boy, please. Can I have a child, please? Send projectile person. There we go. Right, one on the right now, I assume. Oh, there he is. On the left. Whoops. Hee 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 hee. I can spin them, right? I've been sliding them, but I think I can spin them. Yeah. Whoops. Red ones we have to duck under. Green we obviously jump over, as you can see. Look at all the little hands in the crowd enjoying the music. Oops. Damn it. The boss fights are so good. Yeah, they are. There's some really good boss fights in this game. I enjoy the Cortex ones. I mean, again, tricky. They have their moments of being tough. But, you know, you'd think with a character like Crash, who, you know, all he can really do is run, crouch, and spin, and jump, that, you know, it's got to be difficult to design compelling and interesting and unique boss fights, but you know they still continue to manage it. Crash developers, whether it's Toys for Bob or, you know, back in the day Naughty Dog, you know, tail end of their time with Crash, they were still doing good things. Now we've got Lani Luli. Lani Lolly. It was definitely a good idea for them to introduce the quantum masks in this game. I thought that was something that we might see in Spyro, actually. I believe in some Spyro game or other, some post-PS1 Spyro game, there were elemental breaths. Obviously, there was a little bit of that in Spyro 3. They had ice breath in one of the levels. And obviously, you know, Spyro's had Fireball since Spyro 2. And there was sort of like the weird green acid balls in the Ripto boss fight. So that seems like a really good way. Oh no! Seems like a really good way to just forgiving checkpoints in these boss fights. Fortunately, seems a good way to open things up in Spyro mechanically. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we do see that. Obviously, there's still a lot for us to learn about the gameplay that we can expect from a realm beyond. It's going to be difficult to not call it Spyro 4 because it's not called that. Oh yeah, that was one other thing that I thought. So yeah, elemental breaths could be good. You know, you could do electric and water and fire and stuff, and there'd be a bunch of puzzles, and that would kind of be similar to having the quantum masks in this game. But yeah, one other thing I thought that could have worked out quite well. So quite recently, people have kind of rediscovered and been talking again about a concept that was done for Crash 5 that would seemingly have included Spyro. It would have been like a crossover thing. It's having a great time. Yeah, it would apparently have been a crossover where Crash ends up in, I think, in the Dragon Kingdom, and it turns out that, you know, there's some evil presence there, and they have to work together to, you know, I don't know if like Cortex would have been in it, or perhaps a familiar Spyro villain or whatever. But it was going to be a crossover thing, and some people are quite pleased that it didn't happen, because it would have kind of relegated Spyro to being a Crash guest character, as he's been for the past couple of appearances. You know, he was in CTR, and he was in Crash Team Rumble. So I understand why people were pleased that that didn't happen. But what I thought could have been interesting, if they still had in their minds, Toys for Bob, that they wanted to do a Crash and Spyro crossover, they could have done a proper Spyro 4, and then they could have maybe done like Crash and Spyro 5. Because by then, both games would be on number 4. They could have done a full-on crossover and not had either one character being kind of a guest within the other person's series. They could have maybe tried to split it 50-50 and called it, you know, Crash and Spyro 5, or maybe not that, but treated it as such. That was just an idea that I had. I mean, like, literally just this week. Oh yeah, the Pirate World. Gosh, I forgot how much this game stresses me out. Me too. I'm not gonna lie. I always forget quite how stressful and intense it is. I always remember it for all of its color and music and you know, there's quite a lot of joy to be had in it. But there's definitely a lot of stress too. Right, we've done our flashback tapes, haven't we? We've got one, and then there isn't one here. You don't unlock them until this level. Okay, so we can move on. Crash Grow. Spyro crashed. Yeah, something like that, you know? It just, you know, it would have been quite a nice, it would have been a good opportunity if this had been called, the new game had been called Spyro 4, and it doesn't matter that it's not called that, but had it been called Spyro 4, they then would have been at a point where, okay, we finished Spyro 4, that's out, people are pleased, people are now wondering when they're going to get the next Crash game, Spyro hopefully went well, and so we're sure that people will be invested in that series as well. Hey, why don't we kill 2 birds with 1 stone? There could be crates that have gems in them, or, you know, vases that have fruit in, and, you know, they had done a load of concept work for this crossover game, this cancelled Crash 5. It was going to happen, apparently. It was like, well, not it was going to happen, but it was properly pitched, is what I mean. Like, it was very much an idea that they were really looking into. And early development, I think, may have even, like, pre-production may have started on it. I mean, certainly, as I say, there is concept art out there that you can quite easily find on the internet. And some of it was repurposed and reused in Crash Team Rumble for the Spyro crossover bits. They showed some of the artwork, but, you know, it seems like it looks like Cliff Town was in some of the artwork, and like or some kind of, at least like a Peacekeeper's sort of castle or town or something, a Magic Crafter's looking castle place. So that does look like it probably was a proper revisit to the Dragon Kingdom. So I'm not gonna lie, there are parts of that I would have really enjoyed, for reasons I've given earlier. But I am pleased though that Spyro did not just become, once again, a Crash guest, because he's been that for a while, and he absolutely has been deserving of his own. No, I never get this first rail in one, never ever, and that's why I hate that the insanely perfect thing. Because imagine I was going for insanely perfect, which means hitting every box, doing it all in one life, and finding the hidden gems. I would have to restart the level now. Asking you to get every box whilst also not dying I think is just too much. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying the reset on it is just too irritating. I've never felt compelled to go for full completion in this game, because it just seems like it wouldn't be fun. It would just be too annoying. You know, if I wanted to have that much of a hard time, I'd just get into Soulsborne games, you know? Am I jumping up here? Yes. Oh no, see, you can't even see that one coming. I'll have one more go. You know, it's stuff like that where it's like, okay,
detect a tear of frustration.
I'm all right.
Is everyone laughing at you?
Possibly, but I'm fine for now. But if we have to do 10 more resets on this level, then there'll be tears of frustration for sure. But like that box that I just missed, you can't even see it coming. You know, it just feels like trial and error. It feels like you have to know that it's there. So you can see all these coming, absolutely. Like, you know, you can't really see those coming, so you have to be quick to react to those. But, you know, fine, whatever. Jump up, get down, swing over to the left. Get down, swing to the right, jump up, spin. But this one coming here, get down. There, like, okay. You have to be real quick on the button to get that one. Right, there we go. Oh no, some pirates. Oh. Huh? How did that happen? Then the music changes. Dynamic music in these games. In this game, sorry, if you hadn't noticed so far. It reacts to what you're doing. And quite seamlessly as well. Oh, this bit. This bit has a bit of backtracking in it that is a bit annoying. Which is the best way to go out? And then you've got to come back the other way. Well, come back the same way, actually. Right, so down there is where I am ultimately going. So I could just drop down if I wanted to, but... Oh god, see, and then you can't see when that raft is floating back and forth. You can't see it. So you basically there's a branching path here, and if you want to get all the boxes, and again I've probably missed. You know what? I might not even. You know, I'll have a couple more goes, but I'm not gonna lose too many lives going for these. Okay, maybe this is the best way to go forwards and then back again, because it doesn't look like there's a bit where a raft is on a falling platform. You have to go from a falling platform onto a raft without being able to see. That's not what we want. Okay, so that's one way. I could grab the checkpoint, but then I'll have to... No, I don't want to grab the checkpoint. Right, there we go. And then now I'm not going to be expected to jump onto a raft that I can't see. See, imagine if this had been a collapsing platform. The raft would have left me behind like it just did that. Actually, I think... Isn't there like a weird crate in this area? Like up high or something? I'll have one more go at getting both of these branching paths, but I have a feeling actually that there is a kind of BS crate somewhere in this area, or in this level as a whole anyway, that I will have left behind. Like, I remember this as well, this platform here, kind of thinking, that looks like it wants me to jump over and go searching for a hidden crate. Doesn't that look like you have to do a slide jump over onto those boxes? But I'm pretty sure... Oh no, you can get over. Well, okay. And then what? Do I go up here? Like, what do I do? What is this game? Why am I allowed to come over here? It's such a confusing... It's a strangely designed system, the hidden stuff. You know, that's not confusing level design as far as like ordinary Crash goes, because no Crash player would ever think I need to jump over there. But it's when it comes to the weird hidden stuff that it's like, do I need to jump over here now? Or, you know, maybe I need to jump over that one on the right. That might have a box in it, sitting in the middle. I don't know. There is a hidden reason. Is there really? Okay, well, forget it. Not interested. This is a new type of box, of course, the one that spits out fire. When it's actually got its jets turned on, get too close, it will, of course, hurt you. Don't need to come over here, actually, as part of the backtrack, because that's where I'm going to end up in the end anyway. But whatever. Right, now, we just have to get on this raft quickly. It's quite a short... There we go. Right, so now we can go forwards on this side. We're definitely going to end this level without all the boxes, so this was kind of a waste of time. But at least I'm kind of showing, you know, to those who aren't familiar with the game, I'm kind of showing all the areas at least. Even if we don't get every box that's hidden in every area. Oh, in inverted mode. The hidden gem is in that spot. Ah, okay, well, so, yeah, okay. I'm in the right mindset. I forgot that inverted mode has different hidden gem locations. For those who have no idea what inverted mode is, we will discover it later after fighting Brio. It's kind of an interesting, fun thing, but I think there's a bit just too much of it. I'll describe what it is now, actually, I may as well. So, you basically get to go and replay levels so they're mirrored, not in a kind of confusing control sort of way. It's just like what once used to be a left turn is now a right turn, but your controls work correctly. Like it's not disorienting in that way. It's just it looks a little bit like a new level layout, if you see what I mean. Oh right, now in theory I should be able to just jump and do a single spin. Yeah, see, that's the kind of precision I really like about Crash 4, is you can at least do stuff like that and it not be kind of random and a bit rough around the edges, which it is even in Crash 3. But inverted mode, you get mirrored level layouts, but then also a visual effect gets applied to the game. Whether so the pirate ones are quite nice. The whole world turns kind of, I wouldn't even say black and white. It just all turns kind of white-ish. But then as you spin, you spit out a load of ink or paint, and you kind of paint the world as you go. And it's literally just a visual effect. It's not really like anything. It doesn't affect the gameplay particularly. And there's like an old-timey one, bit like a ragtime, like honky-tonk music is playing, and you know. But problem is they apply pretty much. I think they apply the same effect to every level within a certain world. There might be like one or two random ones that are different, but generally speaking, all the pirate levels are white with paint coming out. There's the hidden gem. All the caveman levels are kind of... It's meant to kind of look like cave paintings. It's all sort of rough and a bit sort of stony looking, and or like... Honestly, it looks more like wax crayon, but, you know, it's that kind of thing. But it's all of them, and I thought when they first announced inverted mode, I mean, I don't know necessarily why I thought this, because it would be a lot of work, but it sounded like every level was going to have its own visual design, a visual effect. And I thought, okay, well, that sounds really interesting, like replaying every level, and they're all kind of different. They've all got like some kind of quirk, visual quirk to them. But I find, particularly in the caveman levels, because I don't actually like the art style that they choose for that one, that once you've played even just 2 of them, it's like, oh god, this is actually not very nice to look at. So yeah, inverted mode, whoops, I think gets a little tiring after a while on the eyes. I mean, different ones do, and different, like, some do and some don't. And actually, the pirate ones, I really like just throwing out all the ink and colouring in the world. But, yeah, some of them are just not... They kind of outstay their welcome a little bit, I think. Oops! The bounce. Okay, we've done the switch. Now we're going over here. Nothing up there, seemingly. Remember when I first played this game, I found these octopus guys really hard to defeat. And then over time, they're really straightforward. You just jump on their head, but there was something about them when I first played this game. Where I was like, man, these guys are so tough. At first I thought that you just couldn't kill them. They were just one of those invincible Crash enemies that you do get in certain games, or that, you know, you can only defeat with a mask. The worst is the fisheye in the snack dimension. I don't know if I even got that far with what they call inverted fisheye. The fisheye effect in the snack dimension, man, that sounds like a lot. There's like oh yeah, it's like, is that where there's like an underwater effect in one of them, isn't there? Where I think everything's a bit slow-mo as well, because it's like you're kind of wading through water. Don't know if it affects your... Oh wow, we were missing a lot of boxes there. Don't know if it affects your jump height as well a little bit, because you're sort of floating in a kind of a 0G, not 0G, but I mean, floating is just the word, isn't it? You're floating. Man, it sounds like a lot. Beautiful game, though. Just playing it through and not worrying at all about gems or 100%ing anything. This is it's a good time right the way through until maybe Cortex Castle, and then it does get really tough, even if you're not going for 100%. But by then, you hopefully really have got your eye in and you understand the controls a lot more and the kinds of tricksy jumps you can do. Oh, we've got the main theme. Right, watch me not have anywhere near as bad of a time with this one. Yummy wumpers. Oh, this is going to blow the whole thing up. Uh-oh, I needed that. And I don't have to hit every box on the way up because the TNTs will just do it for me. That's fine. Yeah, I can already tell you I'm going to finish this one in like a couple of attempts. It's not... It's mad how long the last one took me. I mean, as we discovered, it was partly that, oops, I was doing the wrong thing. So, Some of the inverted modes were a cool idea, but it doesn't hide that it's a ton of unnecessary padding. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Look at all the sheep running off the cliff in the background. I'm not really sure what that's about. But you can hear them all bleating. Maybe you guys won't be able to hear it, but... is that a reference to one of the other games? Why are there just loads and loads of sheep? Oh no! I didn't even mean to hit that. I might still be able to... Yes, I can. Because I'm a pro. There might be some ridiculously high box up there, but we'll forget it for now. Okay, I'm a bit concerned about what this switch is going to activate. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Is it going to be nitros or... No? Okay, well that's fine. It's us watching the stream. It is. It's you. It's a sheep. Spyro is probably coming. Probably a Spyro reference. I mean, it could be a Spyro reference, but hordes and hordes of them running off a cliff. Like, I don't really know if that's a Spyro reference particularly. It's me making you fall. Why would you be... Why are you making me fall? Fall or fail? Fall. Feels like something specific. Sheep running off a cliff, but I don't know. Oh, was that bad? That may have been bad. I don't think so, actually. No. I get everything? Yeah. Hey, that might be. Is that it? Yeah. What was that? 2 tries? Fall to failure to death. Yeah, no, sure. Either way, they're having a bad day. They sure are. I think those enemies got patched. Their collision detection was a bit wonky. Oh, really? Says Jay the Cerebral. So those octopus guys maybe did early on have a bit of a tricky... were tricky to deal with, and then perhaps later they weren't. Have we got a... We've not got a pirate skin. What do we need? Unlocking booty calls. Hook, line, and sinker. Okay. Let's play as Coco. Oh, I wish it would be nice actually if I got to keep the skins I unlocked in... You know, if you've got a separate save file with all the skins unlocked, then maybe you could just play with them in a kind of a New Game Plus style. That would be fun. Because I've got loads of these unlocked, but never mind. Oh no, we've been caught in a trap. Wait, what? Who's this mysterious character? Huh? In the level coming after the one called Booty Calls. It's kind of weird that they get captured in the overworld like that. You don't ever see them trigger the trap.
Hang on, guys, I'm coming.
Torna Bandicoot. Well, sorry, 3 question marks is who that is. We've got a new character, ladies and gents. She's got a grappling hook, and she can use it as a ranged weapon, which is cool. It's not just for reaching boxes from afar, like that, or for, as you might imagine, grappling, which we will be doing. Whoa, spoiler! Yeah. Oh, knocked him out. Takes 2 hits. No. Something I love about this game and its soundtrack, which I've already said is great, something in particular that they do so well, is the use of little riffs, themes, leitmotifs, if you will. So, I mean, this is a Coco only level, Torna only level. She has this whole level to herself. But there will be levels that we play where we're kind of revisiting. So you know those question mark moments where we've been like, huh? And something has happened. There's a cool mechanic in this game where you get to replay a level from someone else's perspective. And you see where characters interact and maybe things that Torna might be doing in the background, or perhaps other characters as well, affect something that happened to Crash and Coco when they were playing through the level the first time round. You can see sort of how we got to the point where Crash didn't get run over by the giant truck, or those rats that were going to kill us all got blown up all of it at the same time. You get to see how things like that happen. And in those levels, you're kind of like replaying half of the level you've already played, but with a slightly different... I think they move some of the boxes around and stuff. But also, they reprise the music from said level, but they really cleverly weave the theme of the guest character into the music of that level. Can I just drop down here? Where am I going? It looks like probably, because I can't see where else I'm supposed to go. I can't remember. Yeah, okay. That just didn't feel very safe. So, and that is done so well. Especially with, you know, it works pretty well with, you know, Torna is a new character in this game, this version of Torna, and so she has her own music, like she has her own theme that was designed specifically for this game. Same with Dingo Dial. He returns and has a theme written for him that is not really tied to his previous appearances in other Crash games. But Cortex has obviously an excellent already established theme from earlier games, and replaying a level that you've played where you were playing as Crash or Coco, but hearing Cortex's theme kind of mixed into it is so good. I love that they did that. So I've probably left a box somewhere or other, but whoops. Now remember, canonically, Crash's Torna. Ooh, whoops. She ran off with Pinstripe Potteroo, who went to, was it Chicago, and ran for governor. It's confirmed in like a Japanese, I think the Japanese manual of Crash 2, is it? The Torna left Crash for Pinstripe. But not this Torna. You might notice that she looks absolutely nothing like the Torna we know. Although seemingly her face is the same, because Coco does recognise her in a moment, as we'll see. Did I miss a box just there? No. A lot of various Crash soundtracks get a great callback. That one level which mashes up the Cortex and Snow Go theme in Crash 2 is amazing. Yeah, and they use a lot of the bridge levels from Crash 1 and the sort of the Temple Ruins theme. They use which other ones get used? I just thought of one then. I can't remember now. But yeah, there's a whole bunch. I think some stuff... oh yeah, we've got it. This is a bit tricky. Hell yeah. Nice. Okay. I think there's maybe a reused thing in one of the like the sort of spaceship levels. The N what's he called? N oxide. The nitrous oxide levels. I think there's some stuff reused there. I seem to remember. I can't quite recall actually which. Oh no, there's a box up there. I'm gonna die on purpose and hit the box because we might be on for all boxes here. Might not be. You'll see there's a kind of a gem. Well, yeah, it is a gem counter, but a fruit counter in the top left. As we collect fruit, it's kind of filling a meter, and the more of them we get, yeah, L2 is look at your inventory in this game. Weird choice. We're filling up and we're unlocking 3 gems total for collecting Wumpa fruit. So it's kind of like you basically have to hit most of the boxes to get the 3rd gem. Okay, so there's a box above that blue thing there. There we go, we got it. Oh no! I missed the sticky. Crash Landed uses some of the soundtrack from Future Frenzy. That's another great one. Yeah. There's so I can't think of it all off the top of my head now, but we'll see it as we get. Whoops. We'll hear it as we go. Okay. Oh no! I was gonna say, the first couple of times I tried that, I did it really well. Like, that's actually not very easy. And in fact, the first time I did that, I'd already destroyed some of the boxes by... oops, I've done that again. By flinging these guys at the boxes by... No, get off! She just grabbed it because it came too close. Right, hang on. It's like a hazard, that rope. Okay, there we go. So, you got to bounce along, but leave enough boxes so you can get back again.
What have you done with the controls, Gromit?
Okay, we got it. And then, there we go. Adjust. Off we go. Spin these. Probably still left some boxes. And this is all for nothing. But we go. We try.
Eyes on target.
Oh. I can actually get all the boxes. I saw the final box. We were on 99 out of 100. The other one was... The last one was up in the sky. But I pressed my grapple at the wrong time. Okay, here we go. Last try. This is the one, everybody. Oh. Okay. Na 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 na. What have you done with the controls, Gromit? That's a good question, Jay. Okay, down we go. And then we grapple that one. We jump. We jump. We come down here. We get that. Oh, no! You still have to jump from the rope. How many times will we do this bit? But we've got a gem in our sights, you see, so it's worth it. Is it? When you're not going for 100%? It's kind of difficult for me to work out which of these things I should be going for, to be honest. Because it's like, I know I can get a gem here, but if I'm not trying to complete the game, does it matter? I don't know. Maybe I should draw the line at intentional deaths to go back and get a crate. I don't know what happened there. That might be where if I just die because I'm that was me. That was my Xbox app. If it's just me doing deaths because I'm bad at the game, then obviously you have to restart anyway because you go back to a checkpoint. But if I'm like, oh, I missed the box there, you know what? I might go for that. I'm gonna jump off this cliff and try again. Perhaps I don't need to be doing that. I think. Right. There we go. Jump, jump. Jump onto the rope. We did it. Thank heavens.
The results have been incredible.
Continue.
Thank you so much. Wait, Tana?
She recognizes
You're different. You're not from our universe.
It's alternate Tawna.
Good to see you guys. It's been a long time for me.
Oh, we lost touch in your universe too, huh?
Lost touch.
Yeah, you could say that.
What did we die or something?
What? No, definitely not. So how are things?
Hush, Xbox app.
The usual. A bunch of evil scientists attempting interdimensional domination.
Huh. So, what you collecting? Crystals? Gems?
Masks.
Ooh,
Masks.
Fun. Well, good luck with that.
Wait.
See, both Crash and Spyro collect gems. It's a marriage made in heaven.
But I'll lend a hand where I can. In fact, I already have.
Oh. Swoosh, off she goes. I like how Crash is comforting Coco. And Coco should be comforting Crash, saying, hey, remember, that was your girlfriend who left you, and you just had a chance to maybe get back with her. And she's not interested. She's off. So there we go. That was the first little session of Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. We've now unlocked Tawna levels. There you go. Tawna timeline's unlocked. She's got her own agenda. Play her timelines to see how she crosses paths with Crash and Coco. In fact, we've not completed the pirate world. We've obviously got a flashback tape to do next week that we've just collected. And then this is Jetboard Jetty. Oh yeah, weird boss in that one, actually. Really weird. Oh yeah, that's some music that comes back. That's what I was trying to think of. Ripperoo. Ripperoo's theme is reused quite extensively. So that's what we'll call it. I'm heading off for a Worst Games Ever game night. Yes, I hope you've had a good stream. I will say, actually, instead of a raid, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link in the chat for my most recent video on YouTube, because I really messed up and I accidentally released it at like 5 AM on the day it was meant to go out instead of 5 PM. Clicked the wrong time on YouTube's scheduling, and because of that, when I then re-uploaded it at the right time, a lot of subs had already watched it and understandably didn't want to watch it again. And YouTube now thinks that none of my subscribers want to watch that video, and so it's not doing very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in the chat for live viewers, and if you've got like the 8 minutes to watch it, by all means, I would love you to raid my video and go and watch it in full. If you don't want to do that, if you've watched it before or whatever, that's great, don't do it. What I would say is, if you want to be kind and you're thinking like, oh well, I'll click the link, but I don't have time to watch the video, but I'll click the link to give him a view. That's like, YouTube doesn't really like that because it thinks that you've started watching a video and then within 5 seconds gone, this is shit. So no pressure at all to anyone who doesn't want to watch the thing. But if you do, if you want to help a guy out and you've got like 7 or 8 minutes, let's raid my latest YouTube video. It's that link there. And maybe for the annotation on the VOD, I might link to it if I can. So possibly it's clickable there. Again, if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, do not feel any obligation to go and click on that video and watch it. But if you want to help a guy out, then that would actually be really good. It might just jumpstart the algorithm on it a little bit if you're able to go and make YouTube think that you're super interested in that. So there we go. I'm rating myself on YouTube. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you very, very soon on Thursday for some Haven Call of the King. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, everyone, and I'll see you then. Bye.